right? So this is what you do. Well, I don't know. It's not coming from me, certainly. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. It's not you then.
I mean, what kind of stupid ass would I be to do that, bro?
All right, what is up, guys? Before we get into the entertainment value in this video, I want to make a few things very clear. Number one, it is not clear whether or not either of these streamers is viewbotting themselves or being viewbotted by somebody else. Maybe they paid another party to viewbot them to separate themselves, or they're viewbotting someone and they don't know this person at all. This person just decided to viewbot them, or maybe it's a company. Technically, we cannot be sure at this point. We need more evidence for that. And I want to be also clear that the opinions in this video are opinions. Absolutely no one should be taking action as a result of this video, guys. No harassment, nothing like that. If I see anybody giving any of these streamers harassment, I will absolutely permanently ban you from all of my platforms and content in the future. So do not do that. Now, that being said, both of the streamers are given a chance to defend themselves. Elly and Jinnaaii have interviews where we talk to them and I talk to them and we give them a chance to give their side of the story. So hear them out, develop your own opinions on the matter. And remember, everybody on Twitch and YouTube, all content creators are talking about this right now. So I encourage you to go around, get everyone's take. It's not just the Black Desert category. Twitch as a whole was hit really hard here. So go check on the various creators, go check the analytics for yourself, and enjoy the video, guys. So we're going to take a little experiment here. We're going to take a look. We're going to see who's playing by the rules. Okay. So if we look at our streams, as you guys know, Twitch has begun to roll out VIEWBOT detection software. How crazy is that? This month, they said, and I covered this announcement earlier, they said that their VIEWBOT detection software will be rolling out through the months of August and September. Also, maybe a little bit in October. And we didn't know exactly when it was going to be rolling out, but they said, hey, just as a precaution, if you're viewbotting, you might see a dramatic drop in viewers out of nowhere. So let's take a look at who's playing by the rules, shall we? Here's what a normal graph looks like yesterday during Adania. Nice sloping graph. This is my graph yesterday, peaking out at about 3,500 average viewers and then sloping back down. This is when I was enhancing, and then sloping back down for the remainder of the day, kind of sitting somewhere in the 1,800 range. This is kind of what a normal this is what a normal graph would look like for somebody that it wasn't caught viewbotting yesterday. Do you guys want to see one of the viewbotters? I do. Let's take a look at some of the other graphs. Let's take a look at some of the other graphs that happened yesterday and see if you guys can tell me where the VIEWBOT detection software was turned on the graph. Okay, here we go. All right, you guys, all right, where? I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. You guys have to point it out to me. Where on the graph do you see it? I don't know. It's, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, yeah, baby. Look at that waterfall level. Look, wow, we dropped 1,000, almost exactly 1,000 viewers off the top. Crazy work. And interestingly enough, and this is important, guys, because some people be like, oh, well, maybe she lost power. Maybe the stream went down, she brought it back up, because that's the only thing that really that would just explain something like this, right? It's fair, right? But let's take a look at the time. Between 11 and 11:30, something happened. 11 and 11:30. Okay. Do you guys want to see somebody else that looks such an interesting graph that I called out before, that also tried to call me a sexist, post reacts to videos and call me a liar? ELLY. That's right. And let's take a look at Elly's graph from yesterday. Oh, that's right. Yes, sir. Let's come on down here. Come on. Show me the money. Elly's graph from yesterday.
There is no list and no graph.
Hi. That bald, sexist, chauvinist pig that you were talking about? Oink, oink, bitch. That's literally insane. That's wild. It's almost like you bitches in a coordinated effort to try to drag me the down, because see, I knew y'all be cheating. Y'all tried to drag my name through the mud. You tried to drag my career through the mud. You tried to slander me. And I still shit on you yesterday. And the best part is you got exposed on the same day. Now everybody knows what all of that drama was really about. It's the fact that you are cheating. The top 2 female streamers in our category are both cheater pumpkin eaters, and have been for a long time. My estimation is that Elly has been VIEWBOTTING for quite some time. I didn't really feel like it was necessarily this egregious. What I felt like was that Elly probably started VIEWBOTTING around the time that she went to Lost Ark. That's probably about when she started to ViewBot. And she probably realized that she could ramp in BDO with X amount of viewers and have solid engagement, then trade over to a new category, and then basically just ViewBot to make sure that she always had about 1,000 viewers.
At the same times as well.
Right. Oh, and the best part, do you guys remember that 11 to 11:30 time slot that we talked about before? Oh my God. It happened at the same time. So there's no excuse. Yeah. The ViewBot detection software kicked in at the exact same time on Twitch for both of these bitches, and they both got. And interestingly enough, neither of them has streamed. Elly's not live today, is she? Neither of these has. Yeah, look at the. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that shit. Neither of these two has the balls to go live today. Not a chance in hell are these two going live today. Holy shit, I'd be scared too. My God, you're exposed. Holy 4K caught Batman. Unbelievable. Man, that's crazy. And you know what really sucks is that now you're gonna, the best part is that y'all called me a chauvinist pig and try to get me, drag my name through the mud. What y'all people don't know is that I am a pig. I love rolling around in the slop. Yeah. I love rolling around in the mud. Let's roll around. Let's figure out who the actual cheaters are. Oh, baby. Let's get dirty. I'm ready. I am so ready for it. Okay, justice. What really pisses me off about this entire situation, to be clear, what really pisses me off is that these content creators, these two content creators, Elly and Jinnaaii, are both content creators that have been around for years. And I hate to be that guy, but how many actually good content creators gave up on their dream and quit because they just couldn't beat people that were cheating? How many actually good, entertaining content creators just gave up over the years because they can't, they're cheating. They can't beat them. Choice fully supported a cheater? Taunt! Choice may have ViewBotted. There's a good chance that Choice ViewBotted when he started streaming, but he has not ViewBotted in years. And quite frankly, Choice actually makes good content. So, Whether or not he viewbotted at the start of his career is kind of irrelevant. He got popular regardless and does not viewbot any of his viewers today. He makes S-tier content. He is a very good content creator, and I have nothing but respect for him. Okay, so this really isn't about choice. I don't care. Crazy though.
Remy191 just resubscribed for 5 months. FK the Mads, this is juicy.
Crazy though, that I find it very difficult to believe that Choice, somebody as seasoned as Choice, could support somebody like Jinnaaii, who is very obviously viewbotting, and not be able to see it for himself. I find it extremely difficult to believe that Choice did not know that this bitch was viewbotting. Furthermore, on several occasions, he has used the stream together function with this woman, which would add his legitimate viewers to her bots so that they could both try to dominate the top of the category. And that is also very interesting. So to say that he didn't profit off it is a strictly incorrect statement. And to say that he didn't know, I find that extremely hard to believe. Choice has been doing this a lot longer than I have. He's been doing it almost 2 to 2.5 times as long as I have. There's no way he looked at her analytics and was like, yeah, this all seems legit. Now, that being said, I can't tell you whether or not Choice knew that she was viewbotting, but I will tell you that he wholeheartedly supported her. I mean, you guys remember, we talked, and he adamantly defended her. And then lately, she's been obviously viewbotting lately. Over 1,000 viewers every day. She's obviously viewbotting. It's super clear. Super clear. Not a word. Not a word. And streamed together yesterday. Tanked. Testing audio. Let me copy your viewbot. Don't make it look obvious. But no, that was from like 5 or 6 years ago. And again, you guys can go look that up and see for yourself and decide for yourself. Okay. I don't care about that. I really do not give a shit. The accusation here is not that Choice is currently viewbotting. The accusation is that, and this is the really annoying part, is that the 2 top women of our category who in a court... Remember, guys, Jinnaaii got me banned for 7 days for witch hunting and bullying on the internet. I was the one that got banned for 7 days. Okay? Remember that. She got banned for 1 day. 1 day. For lying to her viewers about having... She was AFK drop streaming at the top of our category, lying to her viewers saying that she had exclusive drops when she didn't. Crazy. 1 day ban. Also, witch hunted me live on stream, giving people a chat command, a copy paste. Hey, here's how you report him. Please go report him. Here's what you say. Copy paste this in. Here's the timestamp. Like literally, which is all completely against Twitch TOS. Got a 1 day ban for the drop thing. Okay. And now, and again, at the time, Jinnaaii, Elly, and Choice. Now, I'm going to tell you, Choice, again, I don't think that Choice isn't viewbotting, but I think Choice is roped into this because his girlfriend is viewbotting. And I think that he is hopelessly caught up in that woman. And so he doesn't like me anymore. And that sucks. But I'm not going to pull my punches if I like you. I'm not going to pull my punches if I hate you. I'm just not going to pull my punches. Okay. And so he doesn't like me very much, but I think he got kind of baited into a situation where he was defending an indefensible position. But I think that we can all now see Elly and Jinnaaii. But again, the Lunar Lave video and shit came out. These were like, oh, he's such a sexist. Oh, he's a liar. Oh, he's crazy this, he's crazy that. Oh my God. And then they went on and on and on about how terrible I am. This is the reason. Right here. This is the real reason. It's because they're cheating. They know that I know that they be cheating. Okay? I call them on it. All right? And they get upset. Elly surprised me on the Lunar vid. Yeah, now you get it. It's not about being a feminist. It's not about being sexist. It's not about me being a Nazi or a fascist or whatever you want to try to call me. It's that I'm the only one that's not cheating. That's right. That's what it was really about. I'm the only one that's not that is playing by the rules, and good things happen to good people. Good things happen. Check if they're watching right now. They would never be so bold. They're watching on Anon, almost guaranteed. I'd tell them to go live.
He hates people with hair chat.
Like, And the funny thing is, I don't know how good the detection software actually is. It might be that the detection software takes like a couple hours, and then it's like, because it's got to confirm that the bots are there, right? It's got to like confirm and like do checks and stuff, and then it just like, poof, it just takes it. I don't know. They could ViewBot for a couple hours a day and then just stop streaming. I don't know. I have no idea how the detection software works. What I do know is that them are caught in 4K. It happened at the exact same time of day on both streams. And I thought that that was really weird. And I didn't realize it till after the stream ended. After I finished my stream and I got a chance to go look at all their analytics, I was like, oh shit, yeah. Yeah, the ViewBot detection software came up. And then I was like, they're not going to be live tomorrow. Sure enough. Sure enough. What pisses me off about all of this is that you two witches, this coven, gatekept how many actual content creators from developing in our category. We could have had 2 real content creators that were actually good. How many dozens, if not hundreds of content creators just gave up because they said, I'll never be as high as Elly is. I'll never be as high as Jinnaaii is. I'll never get that high. And I want to give a big shout out to my girl, Laz BDO. The reason that Jinnaaii and Laz don't get along is because Laz called this bitch out too. Laz does not like Jinnaaii. They are not fans of each other.
I strongly feel that Pistana T was a target of Jin too.
No, I think that that was probably another content creator. Okay. Laz and Kiwi. I don't know about Kiwi. I don't talk to Kiwi too much anymore. But she's a great guy. I like Kiwi. Man. And Laz, it's funny, guys, because Laz used to call me at nights. Laz and I used to talk like every few days about this because she was pissed. She was pissed because Laz actually made good content. You know, she was doing like the cosplay stuff. She was trying to collab with people. She was actually trying to push her creator career. And she knew that her quality, her brand of content is just better than, well, particularly Jinnaayi's. And it's frustrating because when somebody is so obviously cheating and it makes it so hard to get over the top of these loser cheaters, it's very difficult. Very, very hard. Do you guys want to know the biggest victim? The biggest victim? The biggest victim of the cheating is right here. This guy. Bicep plays by the rules. He's an honest content creator. He's a good guy. He makes good content. And he has been getting for years.
I has no thumbs, just resubscribed for 3 months.
By a cheater. How many people didn't discover Biceptimus Prime because they clicked on that cheater? How much money has he lost? Because his average viewership was lower. Because he wasn't in the top slot of the category. And he's such a nice guy. He's not going to say anything, but that's okay. I can be mean enough for the both of us. It's all right. So let's take a look at Bicep's graph yesterday. Oh, look at that. A very normal curve. Like guys, he's enhancing right here. Right? So like he's enhancing, and then he finishes enhancing because that's where all these follows are coming from. And then he comes down and he starts grinding and he does this thing, right? Changes his title. All right, and then he finishes streaming. This is a very normal graph to see on a Donnie a day. Very, very normal. Very, very normal. Let's see if this will load this time because it's actually pretty funny. Oh, good. Here we go. Oh, look, she hasn't been live today, guys. That's good. Oh, 9 follows. 9 follows in 8.5 hours. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's too good. It's too good. Keep in mind the best part, and I have to, please tell me that Twitch did this on purpose, because chat, this is the best part about the whole thing. It happened on the Adania release. So if this had happened on any other day, we wouldn't have caught them all at the exact same time of the day. We would not have caught them all. because Adani had dropped for all of us at the same time, all of these cheating roaches, the rats were out. And then we shined a light on all of them at the same time. Caught them all in 4K because we baited them out with the expansion. Oh, you're going to get a bunch of viewers. Oh, come on in. Come on in. Welcome to the Thunderdome, bitch. Yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Holy my God. This is a feels good moment. This is a feels good moment for me because these came after me like I was some kind of sexist or some shit. Like I'd be lying to people or, oh, so inappropriate, blah, blah, blah. It's not because you're a woman. I don't give a f. It's that you're cheating. It's that you're cheating. And it's funny because I remember getting interviewed by Elly. And I was like, hey, Elly, how? Because she was like, do you have any questions for me?
What happened yesterday exactly? I'm out of context.
I was like, Elly, you'll have to rewind the button and look at it. I was like, Elly, in the interview, which is on her YouTube channel, I go, hey, Elly, what? Maybe we can find it. Yeah, look, it's exposed. Look at it. Not so exposed anymore, are we? That's too bad. Did she take our interview down? I think she took our interview down. Again, all of these came out and tried to expose me. Oh God. Yeah, I feel so exposed. You all thought that you could deter people from coming to watch me. Yep, she took the video down. That's insane. Y'all thought that you could deter people by coming to watch me because I'm a sexist. My viewers will watch me more if they think I'm sexist. Sit down. Nobody cares about your opinion. Like, it is what it is. Now, there used to be a video on YouTube of Elly interviewing me, okay? And in this interview, Elly asked if I had any questions for her because at the time, I only had like 300 or 400 average viewers. I was a magnitude smaller than Elly was at the time. I was at maybe 200 average viewers. And I asked Elly, I said, hey, Elly, when you went to Lost Ark, you know, a lot of other streamers that went to Lost Ark, like Vert, were not very successful. How did you manage, because you have a very similar content to Vert, how did you manage to take off? How did you manage to take off in a new category? And she was like, oh, I just say hi to people every day in the chat. I just say hi to people every day in the chat. And I was like, well, that's weird. That's weird. It's interesting. How you doing, Elly? Why are you running your mouth about me? Sweetie, you ran your mouth about me first, but I kept my mouth shut. I kept my mouth shut. What happened? Okay, well, what happened at 11:15 yesterday? What happened? What happened, Elly? Because interestingly enough, Twitch has been running brand new view detection software. And you and everybody's favorite female streamer both had a cataclysmic fall off at about 11 to 11:30 in the morning yesterday. Absolutely, at exactly the same time, both of you had a cataclysmic fallout. How do you explain that? How do you explain that? Because you didn't lose power. You didn't disconnect. I looked at your VOD. You didn't disconnect. What happened? What's going on, Elly? Bullshit. I mean, you can say bullshit, but I mean, you say that as bullshit that you started shit first. Okay. Elly, I've never published a video that has been bad about you in my entire life. You have, though. Blue Squadron exposed, and how you went in.
Elly. That's tough.
Your pitchforks down.
How you went in on how sexist I was and how much I was a liar and misled my viewers and all of this stuff. Boy, oh boy, you didn't care. And do you know what my response to this video was? Nothing. It's a court of public opinion. I said, if people don't want to watch me anymore because they feel like I've been somehow disingenuous with them about this stuff, or they feel I'm a sexist, I'd say so be it. That's the job. People don't want to watch me, they don't watch me. So I didn't respond to this. But don't tell me you didn't start shit, because you started shit. And now I'm finishing it. Want to call me? I would love to. I would love to.
Hello?
All right, Elly. So you've heard me talk. I'll let you rebuttal here.
Okay, no,
Go ahead.
Hold up. Because I invited you to the call. Let me start off with me just straight up saying that this is some cringy ass shit that you're doing, and you've always been doing it. And you can laugh in there to try to get a little sympathy, you know, people from your chat, like, oh my God, this and that. But I think it's really weird that most of your time on stream is dedicated to other people, let alone something for your own content. Okay, first and foremost, I think it's really weird that you spend a lot of time on other streamers rather than yourself. That speaks a lot about your content. And let me just get that out there. I think it's a little cheap. And this other thing where you say that I started it, that's bullshit, bro.
You did.
Oh,
you published the video.
Shit.
You reacted and published the video. I've never talked shit about you.
I reacted to your stuff. The video is not ran by me, first and foremost. These thumbnails are not mine. These
Elly.
editing styles are not
Elly.
mine. My channel is DMCA'd, bro.
You're saying you're not gonna, you didn't talk shit first? Blue Squadron exposed? This is your channel. You're not gonna take responsibility for what's on your own YouTube channel?
I reacted to the Lunar Lee's exposed clip, and I gave my takes on it, much like you do. Let's not backpedal.
Oh, no, I get it.
You do that shit all the time.
And I said that was fine. That's why I said, Elly, it's the court of public opinion. That's what I said.
Okay.
But don't tell me you didn't start shit, because you started shit. Okay, hold up. You started shit.
So what am I going to do? Just go live and just pretend like the shit that you say on these DMs are fucking bullshit?
Is crazy.
Bitch, you come across really creepo ass. I'm going to call it out. If it's creepy, it's creepy.
You can, and you're entitled to that opinion. You can have that opinion.
Exactly. So why are you calling me out on it now?
Because
if I'm reacting to content like you do all the time on your stream, if I'm reacting to it,
shit. The difference between me and you is
takes.
I own it. I say, if I start shit and I publish a video on someone, I say I own that. I talked shit first.
I have never said I did not own it, but you have been slowly.
You said, oh, I don't edit the video. I didn't put it up there. I was just responding. It's all deflection.
I didn't though.
Deflect. And we still haven't answered the question.
No, that's not deflecting.
That's a huge deflect.
That's literally the truth though. Granted, if I wanted something to be pulled down from that channel, I could tell that person who runs that channel, pull that shit down. I could do that, but I didn't do that. Yeah.
Yes, because you agree with it.
Yeah, but that's not my channel. My channel is DMCA'd. I don't own my channel.
This whole thing is you calling me a liar, sexist, chauvinist, cringe, weird guy. This is the whole video, and that's fine. You can have that take, and I said that before. No big deal. But you don't get to say all of that shit about somebody.
That video.
No, those aren't.
If I call you you are in that video being exposed for being a little bit weird, and I just called it the way I see it. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna go online and lie and say, oh my God, Blue is not this person. He's so saint. That bullshit.
I'm not. All right. Let's say that those are all facts, and again, your opinion is totally valid. So let's address another fact. What happened yesterday at about 11:15 in the morning?
Look, I'm going to be honest with you. This has happened many times.
Oh, really? Can you name one example?
This has happened at least like a couple of times a month. It happens. Why are you doing that hand gesture? I don't fucking get it.
Because I'm asking for a specific example.
Answer.
You
act like a grown up.
Oh, see, you're so upset, and that's how I know we've got you. Okay, because you are very emotional.
No, it's because you're doing this thing that you do with your stream, where then you throw. Okay, so this is what you did, and why I reacted to you the way that I did.
You're so mad. Holy shit.
The way that I reacted to you, the way that I did 2 days ago.
Still haven't explained it, by the way.
Somebody came to your channel and said, I just called Elly VIEWBOTTING live, and you read that out loud to your viewers, right? So this is what you do. Well, I don't know. It's not coming from me, certainly. I'll tell you that much.
Okay. It's not you then.
I mean, what kind of stupid ass would I be to do that, bro?
That's crazy.
What kind of dumbass would I be to do that? That just makes no sense. Okay, anyways.
So it's not you.
Anyways, can 100% with certainty confirm that I do not ViewBot. 100%.
Surely. Right. So, and this happens. You're saying this happens multiple times a month.
This has happened where my viewers fall off. I crash. I fail to connect with my chat. This happens on Twitch all the time. And like, you don't sit here and pretend like you don't watch a streamer, and then all of a sudden their screen goes black. Blah, blah, blah.
Well, here's the deal.
I don't know what's happening, but if you're trying to insinuate that I am ViewBotting, you are wrong.
Okay, so okay, let me just to be clear, your defense is that you crashed and this happens. Okay, so let's look at your VOD from yesterday.
No.
I was just gonna
didn't say that, bro.
I was just gonna pull this up because I happen to have
don't twist my shit.
Well, you just said that. I was just going to pull up your VOD
I said
because
a lot of things happen on Twitch.
Oh, so you didn't crash?
I didn't say that I crashed that day.
Well, you said things happen on Twitch.
Do you have a comprehension skills? Are you lacking them?
You say chat disconnects. You say that black screens happen. You don't connect with your chat and stuff. And you're right, that does happen. But the graph still looks a little bit different than what you have here. And again, yesterday, none of that happened. So what happened yesterday then?
Is your question about what happened first and foremost? I didn't even know anything about my viewers and if they dropped or not. I'm streaming. I'm too preoccupied.
All right. Yeah, you don't know anything, bro. Don't lie to me. You're a streamer. You look at it all the time. You know exactly how many viewers you have all the fucking time.
I am so sorry.
100%.
I am so sorry that you're constantly.
That's a lie. You're lying.
I am sorry that you're constantly that person and you're constantly checking on other people, but I don't do that. When I go live, I worry about my content.
Yeah, because, well, I mean, if you're cheating, you don't have to worry about other people, right?
I don't get it.
I mean, if you're cheating, you're always going to be on top no matter what. So it doesn't matter.
But I'm not, though.
Yeah,
I'm not, though.
You have
when I'm live and you're live, you have more viewers than me. When I'm live, Choice has more viewers than me.
That's not the accusation.
When I'm live, by Septimus or
Well, I didn't say you weren't smart about it, Elly. I said that you were cheating.
Well,
you don't get to say, well, because one person
that I win in your case.
Because one person has more viewers than me, I'm not cheating. Elly, I've been tracking your analytics for a while.
No, but here's the thing. With this specific graph, let's talk about this picture you have on your screen right now.
Insults you're dishing out are emotional charge, not facts.
Does this look sus? And if I was looking at your shit, would I think that's sus as fuck? Yes.
No, you wouldn't. Let's pull up my shit. I got nothing to hide. Let's do it.
Oh my god, bro, you're missing the point.
No. I'm just trying to fact check you. That's what I'm doing because I actually pull facts. I pull. Interesting. Look, guys, there's my graph for today.
I'm literally agreeing, bro. I literally am agreeing with you. What the f are you talking about?
Okay, so graph from yesterday. Me enhancing. You can see there's clips happening all the way through here. Me enhancing. Downward slope off towards the end of the day, which is pretty standard for an expansion release day. Everybody tunes in for that. Okay, now let's look at somebody else who definitely wasn't cheating.
Bro, go back to that drop off.
Okay.
But I'm literally agreeing with you.
Okay, so you're agreeing that I don't ViewBot. And it looks
no, I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
Oh, so you're accusing me of ViewBotting then?
I didn't say that either. I don't go around accusing people.
Well, see, Biceps looks just like mine. The only one that's out of order here, Elly, is yours. Well, and hers, which very coincidentally both went down at the exact same time of day. At the exact same time.
Okay, so let me talk to you again because you seem to have missed my point.
Mm-hmm.
I said, judging off that graph, that shit looks sus as. And listen to my next point because this is what I said before you went on a tangent.
Okay.
And if it was happening to you, I would think the same thing. Because that Elly... shit is this. Hold on. That shit looks sus as fuck. Don't interrupt me. So judging off the graph, I would say, bro, this looks sus as, but I don't know what you want me to tell you.
Okay. Well, all
do
right.
you think I'm in the? Do you think what kind of knob I'm turning for some view bots or some shit? Like what? I don't even know how the shit works.
We need more evidence.
So I have pulled up another stream of
you
yours.
went live at that time. That's
So-
why people's channels dropped. They went to watch you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, true. So I pulled up another stream of yours, and this is why I think your analytics are super sussy and have been for quite some time. You always end up ramping.
Crash out.
You always end up ramping in a category that you've been developed in. Most of the time, it's BDO. Those are normal, actual viewers that you have on your stream. Now, there's an interesting drop-off that happens right here, interestingly enough. But that's okay. You seem to actively recover. Let's bear in mind that in 24 minutes, this is a random stream I pulled up. Within 24 minutes, you're at 1,200 viewers, which is the strongest ramp anyone has ever seen in the Black Desert category. Even I don't ramp that hell. Even I don't ramp that hard, but we'll set that aside for a moment.
Yeah.
The fact that you fell off here, I don't know if the ViewBot software or whatever, was it working properly? Regardless, you end up coming up. You end up coming back up to 1,200, and then you move over to another category. Now, in most cases, what happens when a viewer or when a streamer moves over to another category is they end up falling off super hard in viewers. It happens in Throne and Liberty. It happens in Lost Ark. It happens whenever a viewer goes to
Is that what you turn yours on?
What?
In Throne and Liberty?
What? Oh, I don't have a. I don't
is that what you? Is that what you turn on your view bots in Throne and Liberty?
I don't view bot. You can go ahead and look at my Throne and Liberty analytics. Again, I have nothing to hide. You, however, no matter what category you go to, Elly, no matter what category you go to, you always maintain over 900 viewers.
Hold up.
Always
that does not happen to you in
over
Throne and
900
Liberty.
viewers.
Answer my question. Do you fall off in Throne and Liberty?
Sometimes, absolutely. You know what? I streamed Throne and Liberty a few days ago. Let's see. Let's see. Where was my throne? Here we go. Throne and Liberty. Oh, would you look? Oh my. Oh, would you look? A nosedive. Yep. Yes, I do. Look at that.
Look up and down.
What? No, that's
not a.
Do you know how to read a graph,
bro?
Do you know how to read a graph? Like there's a slight shape, but it's down. All right, that be down. All right. Now you though, Elly, you always have over 900 viewers, no matter what category you go to, even if you're playing that game for the first time. So you ramp in BDO, and then you always have exactly the same amount of viewership, no matter what. Every time.
I think you're making this shit up. Like,
okay,
100%.
well, I'll just.
You're judging me based off of No Rest for the Wicked, which I've done an interview with the developer with. I've been playing No Rest for the Wicked for a long time. And then you're talking about the first Descendant. Bro, you do know that I've been on the top of the category since that game came out, right?
Here's Marvel Rivals. You have the
look at that fall off, bro. Look at that.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that you are 100% viewbotting in other categories so that you can maintain good viewership.
How does that happen? That I get 1,000 viewers plus on BDO that you say are legit, but then I drop off to 700 on Marvel Rivals.
Oh, no.
How
Not all of them. No. I never said they were legit. I said that a lot of those viewers can be legit, mainly because you ramped to 1,200 in BDO in 20 minutes. Nobody else can do that. Literally no one else can do that. And in Marvel Rivals, you went live in Marvel Rivals, and within 30 minutes, you had almost 700 viewers, 650 viewers in Marvel Rivals in 30 fucking minutes.
And then I think that was a new patch too, right?
Oh, and then you went to Just Chatting. You changed categories, went to Just Chatting. And look at that. We maintained the exact same viewership the whole time. Then we went back to Marvel. Oh, same viewership. And even, oh, look at that spike. That's crazy. It's almost like you never decline in viewership when you change categories. That's interesting. Not by more than like 50 to 100.
That's so weird you say that, though, that I never decline, but you clearly have a graph that I'm doing worse.
Well, again, below a certain threshold. You'll never let yourself drop below a certain threshold.
So which is the threshold you're talking about? Okay. Are you talking about 500 viewers? You're talking about 700?
Elly, I've got so much evidence.
About 1,000?
I've got so much evidence here. Let's look at this one. We ramp in BDO once again. And again, we're at 650. Look at that same ramp in BDO that you had in Marvel Rivals. That's interesting, chat. How interesting is that? 662 viewers. That's almost exactly the same ramp that she had in the other, and lost a follower, by the way, in 30 minutes in BDO. Then you hit your peak in BDO at 834, and then Core Punk basically didn't lose almost any viewers playing Core Punk for like 5 hours. Then went to special events, didn't lose or gain any viewers there either. Minus follows the whole time. Like, brother, this is, or sister, this is not normal. This is not a normal graph for streamers. This is not how it works. You can just change categories with impunity. You stepped into the arena with somebody that has been watching your analytics for years, Elly. I can literally just, I watch everybody's analytics. Don't be flattered. I watch everybody. And it's because I'm trying to figure out what everyone else is doing better than me all the time because I'm trying to get better at my job. You, however, you're not playing by the rules. You're not playing by the rules. You know it.
So you're calling me a view botter?
Yep.
Okay, so you're calling me a view botter
100%.
in the BDO section too, or just outside?
You will view bot in BDO as well. Oh, look at this, guys. Here's another perfect example.
You will. He said you will.
You will. If you feel like your ramp or your viewers are not good enough in BDO, you'll view bot. You'll make sure that you're in that first or second slot of the category normally, at least front row of the category. You'll always make sure that you're there. And again, once again, we've ramped to 660. There's a pattern here, chat. Look, another random stream where she's, this time it's just chatting. This is 3 different categories now. You ramp with the exact same, just about the exact same number of viewers. In 30 minutes, you ramp with the exact same number of viewers and just chatting. Then you go to Legend of Zelda and you didn't gain or lose a single viewer in the entire time that you played Legend of Zelda. This is not how streaming works.
Okay. So in your opinion, since you've been watching my whole streaming, since you've been watching my whole streaming career, let me tell you, how many actual viewers do you think I have?
Well, I think, let me tell you. I think that you have about 500 actual viewers.
So you think I have 500 actual viewers, and you think Jinnaaii has 500 actual viewers?
Something, well, Jinnaaii might have a little less, but yeah, about 500.
Yeah, you have to stay consistent because you're talking about both of us.
Well, you're different streamers. You're different streamers.
No, but you said we both fell off, and we both, so they must have removed my bots and her bots, right?
Well, you're both botting different numbers, right? Well, how many did Jinnaaii drop to? Let's see. So, well, no, she dropped to 550.
When you showed your graph earlier, you said 500.
This is it right here. Jinnaaii drops from 1,700 almost, 1,673 to 550. You dropped from almost 1,100 to 500. So it is different, but close.
Okay, so you think that me and Jinnaaii both have 500 viewers?
Yesterday, yeah.
Okay. Well,
obviously viewership is different on every day. Every day viewership is always going to be different, always, depending on what's going on. But yesterday was an expansion day.
I would tell you right now.
So it should be juiced.
Go through any of my shit, I do not view bot. I don't have time to view bot. I don't care to view bot. So because I stick in my own lane. I like doing my own content and I'm worrying about anybody else.
It's because you don't want anyone to look at your analytics and actually start digging. That's why you stay in your lane.
I don't really care what you guys do. I just think it's really, but I will tell you that I do think it's weird though that you're doing this to everybody.
I call out to, it's so weird when not everybody, you and
hold
the
up,
other
hold
cheaters.
up though. But not only do you
you
do this, you dig the dagger and you throw your shit and then you pat it with some, but I really like her and she's really cool. I don't know why she dislikes me. This is your pattern. You do this a lot. And like you can't sit up in your high chair to act like you're high and mighty throwing stones.
Oh, we're not high and mighty.
A lot of
we're
shit,
rolling around in the pig cave. We're rolling around in pig slop right now, Elly. Ain't nothing high and mighty about what's going on right now. I don't ever claim to be high and mighty. To be clear, I don't throw shit at everybody. In fact, if you ask the content creators in the Black Desert category who supports them the most of the top 4 to 5 streamers in the category, every single one of them almost unanimously will say me. Not only because I give them shout outs in the chat every time, I give them advice when they DM me, I give them the most raids, I give them the most help, I throw them the most support. When they're in my chat, I'll give them shout outs as well. I literally try to help as many actual content creators.
I'm the good guy. I am the nicest person.
I'm not the good guy, but I can be the good guy to good people.
Everybody would tell you that I'm the good one. I rate them. I do this. Save that shit. It's not working on me, bro.
Elly, I'm not, you're trying to paint me as this like, oh, I'm such a good person. No, I'm not saying I'm a good person. I make mistakes all the time.
Can I pick something out of your stream?
Go ahead.
Elly just shows how selfish she is and never wants to help support other streamers. That is the most
That's not true.
accurate
true at all.
information I have ever done.
That's not
because
true.
this person that you're typing in his chat,
However,
I rated and I interviewed him when he was not even before he got into this Asmin drama. I was there with him.
Interesting. Where is that interview, by the way?
I told you it's in my channel that got banned.
Oh, wait, what, your YouTube channel got banned?
It got DMCA'd for AI music covers.
Interesting. Okay.
What is so interesting about that?
That's, okay, so it's gone. And to be clear, I was talking about it earlier. And to be clear, Elly, I did appreciate the interview you had. Okay, I appreciated that. Nobody's saying that I didn't appreciate that. But like you literally said,
I'm just calling out that person who said,
okay,
Elly's selfish.
But
Bro,
the reason they're saying that.
Me.
But
you
Elly, the reason that they're saying that is because you just said, I stay in my lane. I don't bother anyone. I said, that sounds very selfish. You gotta understand from their perspective in chat, that sounds very selfish. Now, to me as a content creator, I know.
Well, okay, so maybe that's been misconstrued. I stay in my own lane as far as like getting involved in drama with other people. I try to stay in my own lane as much as possible. As far as like being helpful and instrumental to helping a lot of people grow their channels, bitch, I am that person. You can ask any of these creators that have slid into my DMs. I've been very supportive. I've been that hoe, gone beyond for a lot of people.
Okay. What do you go? Okay, so Elly, I think as far as content creators go, I do think that you do a above average job of trying to help other content creators, 100%. And Elly, to her credit, does go into people's chat, and part of the reason she got so popular in the BDO community and why she's a very successful streamer is because she goes in other people's chats and she interacts in those chats and she gets to know their community. She tries to interact with the streamer, right? And I would say Elly would probably agree that is something that Elly does pretty frequently, at least with streamers that she likes. She used to do it with me all the time too before she started hating me for reasons that she explained before. So that is true. But again, we were talking, if we're going to compare how much you end up helping streamers to how much I end up helping streamers, and we're not really trying to compare that because
Look,
that's
I'm
kind
not
of
comparing my dick. You can have that victory
I don't
if
care.
you want.
I don't give a shit about it. I don't care. The big question here, Elly, is are you viewbotting? And I have presented evidence after evidence after evidence. I've refuted point after point after point with actual graphs and statistics and logical reasoning. And you
what was
are
my
all
answer to
emotional.
that?
This is all emotional.
What was my answer to that?
It's bugged. Twitch bugged. Like you suddenly had half of your viewership?
My answer to this graph that you have in front of you is that I don't viewbot. There is not a speck on my computer that you will find of any viewbotting anywhere.
Well, I mean, viewbots can come in many forms. Could be a website, you know.
You would know.
But like, here's the, you would know. Okay, so you're accusing me of viewbotting?
I didn't say that.
You just did.
I didn't say that.
You don't get to pull it back now. You just did. You 100% just accused me of viewbotting. I heard it.
That. I'm just saying.
So where's your evidence?
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did. You literally just, you don't get to strongly imply that someone's a pedophile and then not present evidence that they're a pedophile for the same thing that you just strongly implied that I'm viewbotting. And then
I said you would know. Hey, hold up. Couldn't you just take it as you would know about viewbotting because all you do is research other people?
I know why. Yes, you research other people too. By your own admission, you research everybody too. So why are your analytics? What's the explanation? Why do you always have the exact same viewership no matter what category you go to?
I myself don't have an explanation for that, but I can guarantee you that I am not viewbotting.
Okay,
but any sane person would look at that graph and say that's sus. And myself too. I would look at any graphs, even my own graphs, and say that shit's sus as.
Okay, so you are saying that someone else is viewbotting you. You're saying your graphs do all look sus.
If there is any viewbotting going on,
it's definitely not you.
I can guarantee you 100% that shit ain't coming from me.
So you're the victim.
I never
you're the
complained
victim
about
of viewbotting.
Hey, I'm not complaining about it. I'm not complaining about it.
Of course
I'm not enforcing it.
Of course not.
I am not speaking. I speak against it.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go ahead and let the viewers decide for themselves. The reason why I'm sitting here smugly smiling right now, Elly, is because you know as well as me that as a content creator, the audience is very intelligent. Viewers are not stupid. As much as I call my chatters, viewers are smart and they know when you're being real with them. And I'm just being real with them right now. And you've been faking this whole thing and it's super obvious. So I'm smiling because they know. I don't have to say it. They already know. You have no defense for any of the shit that I pulled up. Not even just this graph right here.
Well, no, I really don't.
You have no defense.
I don't have a defense for that graph.
Yeah.
All I can say is that I'm not viewbotting.
But you are being viewbotted then.
If it looks
Every
like it on
day
that graph,
for the last few
that
years.
looks sus as that
Yeah.
looks sus as
Okay. All right. So you think so? You know, in the future when you go live, what days are you normally off, Elly?
But the key is accountability.
I just stream every day.
Oh, why aren't you live right now?
Do you want me to tell you why?
No, that's fine. That's okay. I already know.
Yeah, because it's personal. No, you don't know, bitch. You don't know. Don't assume shit, bitch.
It's all right. I mean, it's personal, but you got that. But you got time to come in here. That's fine. So, Elly, I'm curious.
Bro, I can't do nothing. I'm on the phone DMing back and forth with somebody who is in.
It's okay. I get
in
it.
need of my help.
It's fair. Okay, sure. Yep. So, do you have anything else that you want to say here? You can. I'll let you throw any accusations you want at me. I'll let you have the final word.
If you want to go ahead and label me whatever you want, go ahead, do it. Fine. But I would ask, out of courtesy, can you like never bring me up again in your stream for content?
No, I'm not going to promise that. If you cheat, I will call you on it.
I mean, yeah, you can continue to do that. But anything else, just leave my name out of your mouth.
No, I mean, that's, again, I don't ever talk about you, Elly. The only reason we're talking about you right now is because you cheated.
But you do, though. I've caught you multiple times.
No. Again, the only time I ever talk about you is when I say, somebody's like, why don't you and Elly get along? I'll explain that situation and I'll say that I like you.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I like her, but she just doesn't like me. Just so you can get a little sympathy votes. Bro, shut up.
No.
You're so easy.
That's not what I said at all. If you let me finish.
The shit that you've done to Jinnaaii and Choice's relationship is really weird to me. You're not in their relationship. Get the out of their relationship. The shit that you try to implement yourself into is really weird. This choice of content of bringing up other people and doing shit like that, that is just tasteless, really cheap and easy content. I think that when I interviewed you the first time, I told you, Blue, I think you're a great entertainer. And I said it because it was based off the shit that you did on your stream and not the toxicity shit. Since that interview, you've just kind of done this whole weirder shit that I just cannot stand by. That's why I don't like you.
I'm not leaving.
Okay. Again, I said I would let you have the last word. I'm not, Elly, this is not personal to me. I'm not coming after you here because I hate you or because, or whatever. Your name doesn't really leave my mouth unless you do something stupid. You got caught. You got caught, that's all. I'll let you have the last word on it. Is there anything else you wanna hit me for? It's fine. Go ahead. Go in.
No. Is there anything else you would like?
No, I'm good.
I'm not leaving.
You can think all of those things about me. Doesn't bother me one bit.
Checker her Augustus 20th
And remember,
stream.
if you ever need something, I am here for a call, and I will give you the content that you so desperately need.
They ask you how you are.
And with that
Sounds
one,
good.
that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't.
Well, I
get
mean,
into
honestly,
it.
yeah, okay, she left the call. Yeah, she left the call, voice. I was gonna respond. She literally left in the middle of my set. I was like, nope, God. Well, this could be a raid.
I'm not leaving.
This could be a raid, guys. This is if this happens. This can happen. Okay. I'm not saying it was necessarily a raid, but I will tell you this. What tells me that I think this is a raid is that she got a bunch of follows like shortly after it. So she got a bunch of viewers, and then she immediately, that's how you can tell something's a raid, is that they will get a bunch of viewers and then a bunch of followers will follow. Right? And you can see that lines up. So
If
she
wasn't
clearly got a raid
viewbotting,
here.
she wouldn't be so defensive and so heated. If you have actual viewers and someone accuses you of viewbotting, that is the biggest compliment you can get.
Exactly.
You
That's why
simply
I got
say
a little
thank
hide.
you. Smile and move on.
So I have a question, chat. Are you more or less convinced that she's viewbotting now that she's come onto the stream and stated her opinion?
I'm not fucking leaving.
More convinced she's viewbotting or less, or like did less? Like you
How you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine. You just
I
can't
think
get
she's
into it
definitely
because they would
guilty.
never understand.
I'm gonna be honest. And I just let her, she just picked up a shovel and started digging. I'm gonna tell you right now,
I'm not leaving.
Jinnaaii don't have the balls to come on the air with me and face
I'm
the
not
same
fucking leaving.
music. Because I will do the same thing. Because I think what Elly probably thought I had right there was exactly one instance of her viewbotting. What she didn't realize, is that I watch everybody. I know all of your analytics. I know how many viewers you had. I know what categories you were in. I know what you've played. I know what sponsors you took. And I know what viewership you had in that category. And do you know why I know that?
Putt just
it's my job.
resubscribed for 8 months. Jorkin.
How do you think I get better at my job, guys? I watch the other content creators. I look at their analytics. I try to figure out what they're doing better than me.
KSRXX just resubscribed for 5 months.
Obviously. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't know.
Fine when you're not really fine, but you just
And if
can't
you
get
think
into it because they
for
would never
one
understand.
moment that the other content creators don't all check each other every single day, you're crazy. Which is why I called her again when she was like, oh, I don't ever check my viewership. Well, yeah, because it's going to go up no matter what. Right? Why would you check? But like, I'm telling you right now, real talk, I don't check anyone, to be honest. Well, Don, nobody cares about you. You're a bottom feeder. Now, I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm not doing it myself. I don't have the bots on my
just
PC.
gifted 5
Every
subs.
content creator with 1,000 viewers, tell me, Don, right now, Don Skeptic, right now. I'm gonna pull you up, Don. If you had over 1,000 viewers, Don, would you be looking at that your viewers like you had a heart on? Tell me you wouldn't be. Tell me you wouldn't be excited about it. You'd be checking, right? Right? Because you don't stream to no viewers, right? You'd be checking, right? That's what I'm saying. Yes, because it would be my income. And there it is. Don, an excellent point from somebody that is not cheating.
My name is Buchier Dex 100.
Thanks, Don.
That's the same thing that did before he
A real
became
one.
the biggest creator in the world.
The same thing who did? Mr. Beast did? Yeah. Why do you think Mr. Beast got popular? He studied all the other YouTubers and then just did it better. Literally. Of course you would check your viewership. It's your livelihood. I know
love
how many
2
viewers
people
I have
talks in
right
their
now.
Chat with 2,000 viewers.
Well, I want to be clear. Elly actually has really good engagement in her chat because the viewers that she does have are very loyal viewers. And that's why she has gotten away with this for such a long time. And the only person that was willing to talk about it was me. Because I don't care. I'm not V-button. You can criticize someone's actions without hating them. Yeah, that was something you'll notice. Did I fling a single personal attack at Elly? Did I aside from the V-botting stuff? No. Because it's not personal to me. I didn't attack her. She called me cringe, sexist, all this. I don't think she said the word sexist, but
Wicked Brazil cheer
I did
Dex
accuse her of
100.
viewbotting,
The
'cause that's
moment she
obviously
started
what's happening.
attacking you personally, she was guilty emo.
Immediately. Don Skeptic, Champion Jason, and other content creators in this category should have been much
Big
more
Blue Brother
popular.
is watching you looking.
And whether, what? Big Blue Brother is watching you. That's right. Please understand to all of the other streamers watching right now, because I know you're all watching. I know your shit too. If you've cheated or not played by the rules at any point in your history, I'm aware of it. Sleep well. To be fair, that's how Choice also did it back then. No, I remember the interview Choice had with He Done, where he said how he approached streaming back then. He 100% also took a smart route. You mean like viewbotting when he started? Not every day, but I'm a full-time creator, but even when I check around. Well, Jason, you would have been a much more successful content creator had there not been other creators that were viewbotting in your time slot. And that's the truth. Right? Now, the Choice is not viewbotting. Currently. And he hasn't for the last few years. I'm trying to leave him out of this discussion.
I didn't say that made
But
me
anyone
laugh.
that was around when Choice started streaming, they know. Okay, it is what it is. Okay. Don't expose my ass blue. Okay, all right. So see, Jason knows too. Jason knows too. A lot of streamers, when they start streaming, in order to get successful, they think that, okay, well, if I just viewbot my first like 60 to 100 viewers and the chat's moving a little slower, it won't be that big of a deal. Most viewbotters are really smart about it. So they'll, if they're blatantly viewbotting, it's obvious, right? Like Jinnaaii got stupid about it towards the end because she didn't care anymore. But most viewbotters are smart, right? They'll get a few hundred actual viewers and then they'll be chatting because it disguises the fact that their chat's a little slow, but they won't do it. Like nobody will say anything, right? That's how it is.
Could you check Mr. Rapola's? Kinda interested how his tracker is.
I already checked him. He's good. You know why? And we're going to talk about a couple streamers right now that have been playing by the rules that I want to give a very special shout out to. Rapolis is the first one. Rapolis is an absolute G. This is a raid here. You can tell because of the follows that followed here. This is a raid, right? But normal. Okay? Obviously. Okay? Rapolis is a real one. I've met Rapolis in person. He has nothing to hide. He talks to me like I talk to him. Nothing held back. Okay? He's very honest. He's a kind, generous person. He's very humble as well. And I think he's very grateful for the viewers that he has. He's a good person. And part of the reason that I interact with him so fondly, like I call him Lisan Al Gaib, and I react to his videos, and I really try to promote him in like a serious way, is because he is playing by the rules. And he has for ever. He works really hard. And he should have been higher than he is. Jinnaaie's been cheating. He should have more viewers. He should have more viewers. He should have more discovery. He should have more everything. He's been pushed down in the category because of these cheaters. Byrog Han. I didn't check Byrog yesterday, but no, I don't believe that Byrog in any way is cheating. I'll check. He's live today, so he can't. Guys, guilty people. Guilty people are not live today. Guilty people are coming up. I had a family emergency. I can't do it. Guilty people not be live today, guys. I'm gonna be honest. Yeah, this is normal. Look, yeah, this is a normal ramp. He's up, down. He's all over the. You're not bad. Looks good. Playing by the rules. I want to give a very special shout out to one other streamer at least here. I feel really bad for Vert. Vert has never viewbotted in his life. And despite what Elly says, I think that her start of her viewbotting career, and again, I can't prove this, but I would say that if I had to put my thumb on it, it would have been around the time that Lost Ark came out. She decided that she was going to make sure that she could get big in another category too. When Lost Ark came out, and everyone that was there knows that this happened. When Lost Ark came out, Vert went to Lost Ark 2. You guys remember? Vert was not very successful in Lost Ark. You know what? I can probably just look at his overview and see it. There it is right there. Vert tanked. He lost follows. He lost average viewers. He tanked hard. Because that's what happens when you go to a new category.
Blue bought Jay a new Bugatti in exchange for his gear.
Okay. The reason, like, he tanked because, and he finally went back to BDO. You can see it, his slump there. He goes back to BDO. He says, "Fuck it, I got to do it." Right? But he tried. God bless him. He tried. And you know what? He didn't viewbot. So when the going got rough for Vert, no matter how bad it got, and he got down to 50 average viewers, that got pretty bad. Okay? As somebody that's trying to make a living off their stream, that's really hard. Okay? No matter how bad the going got, he never viewbotted. And I guarantee you that Vert knew that everyone around him was viewbotting. And the reason he was not as successful in Lost Ark was because the other in that category were viewbotting out of their minds. And it pushed Vert further and further down the category to a point where he got no discoverability and it tanked his stream growth. So he went back to the thing that he knows, Black Desert. Okay? Now, I'm not saying that Vert is always going to be successful in other categories, but I will tell you this. If you ask Vert who has helped him the most...
Show Flowers the vid of him getting farmed. Surely not AFKXD.
I'll get to Flowers in a second. If you ask Vert, because Vert was honestly perplexed. He had no idea. Because he, like, I reached out to him and was like very forward with him. And I to this day, I still don't think that he knows this about me. And I hope that this reaches him in some form or another. Why I like Vert so much. It's because I have tremendous respect for somebody that tried, failed, and got back up on the horse and tried again. Okay, with Throne and Liberty. And he never once tried to cheat about it. Never once tried to cheat. So that's why when I went to Throne and Liberty and I was successful in Throne because I worked hard at it. I did the tournaments, I did the VOD reviews, I made event style streams. I really pushed in Throne. I made sure that people that had been real ones in the past when I wasn't there were supported at that time. I literally moved one of the matches for the finals. I literally stalled the stream to allow Vert singularly to get home so that he could get there for the finals. So he could be there for the finals because I knew it was very important to his streaming career that he be there for the finals that day. I invited him onto the desk too, and then he decided that he wanted to do the other thing. Or he wanted to go like participate in the tournament. But I've helped him as much as I possibly can. You can go ask him about it. I'm sure he still is like, I don't understand why he likes me so much. This is the reason. He failed. He got back up on the horse. He tried again. And to be honest with you, he was quite successful in Throne. He was much more successful in Throne. Partly because I helped him, but also on his own merit. He was just a good streamer. He did a good job in Throne. He did a really solid job. And again, now he's back on BDO again, so he's going to have higher viewers. But you know what? He's a real one, man. I like Vert. I have one of his t-shirts. He's a real one. Do you know who another real one is? A lot of people don't remember Moreland, but Pepperidge Farm remembers. Moreland was one of my favorite Black Desert content creators back in the day. And he quit the game in a very legendary fashion. He made a video about it. You can go watch it on his YouTube channel. Now he streams primarily on YouTube, so he doesn't have very many viewers on Twitch. But you'll notice when the tournament went off, Moreland was my go-to guy across the board. Because no matter what, he never view-botted. He never cheated. He a real one. He tried. He fought his way through it. He fights that good fight. And I have mad respect for that.
Dear Blue_Squadron, we inform you that your subscription to 2000 bots has expired. Now all bots will duplicate this message. Thank you for understanding.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. You know why I like Flowers so much? He's another real one. He's one of the best Draconias in BDO. And if he had only done BDO, he would have died in BDO all by himself. But you know what? He came over to Throne. He made that jump. Played Marvel Rivals, played Throne. Like, he does whatever the f he wants. You know what? He tries to make it. And you know what? This guy's actually entertaining. He's really good. And I'll support him no matter what category he goes to. Especially if I'm there. 100%. 100%. Real one. Real one. CZ and I have not always seen eye to eye on everything, and that's totally fine because I make videos in the court of public opinion. He's fair to make responses to those videos. I have not taken them personally. But you can see, look at this graph. He struggled, man. I remember being there for the start of C-Zane's career. C-Zane probably remembers me being there. Like, his brother used to stream too, and I'm gonna tell you right now, his brother was not nearly as good at streaming as he is. And you know what? He's had his ups, he's had his downs, but you know what? This has never cheated. He has never cheated. You know, he a real one. He puts in the hours too. This kid streams like 57 hours a week. This dude's crazy, bro. This kid's crazy. And I call him a kid because he's a young guy. But he streams 2 to 3 times as much as me. If I was going to give C-Zane advice at all, it's to actually stream less and make the quality better. Prep your content more. Because you're an entertaining guy and people like you because you're real with them. You have a lot of talent and you could go even further. But you stream less hours and make them more valuable. Plan them. That means more events. That means consistent like content. Kind of like I do. I'm like, hey, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Then we're going to do this. Then we're going to do this. Something like that would help you. Okay. Now let's talk about this guy's and you can tell just by looking at his graph. Okay. This is without a doubt one of the most players that has ever played Black Desert Online. Look how stupid this is. He's up, he's down, he finally finds something that he's good at and does really well, and then he immediately quits it because he goes all over the place. He's been all over. Then, like, here he got, like, deported or something. I don't know. Anyway, he's back in the country now, and he's streaming again. He does something really good, and then he tanks family again. It's ridiculous. I love Don. Don's a real one, bro. Don's a real one. Don is a real one. Don is one of, if Don, you wonder why I showed up to your GVG the other day? It's like, yeah, Blue's here. Yeah, it's because I'm watching your stream. It's because when I see Don Skeptic live, I low key, I'm like, yeah, that's the stream I'm gonna listen to, because Don is just entertaining. Now there are times when Don is kind of lackluster. He got like below average content, but most of the time Don just be slinging shit, bro. He don't give a. He just real with it, bro. He said, Digi, them a bunch of bitches. Cho, those are bitches. They never had sex in 6 years. No sex, 6 years. That's the requirement to get in Cho. That's why Don never joined Cho. That's why he's in Snake. He had sex before, right? But like, he be a real one, bro. He just slings shit at people. He's basis. Yeah. Why is family always so successful? Don is a very good leader, and he's super entertaining. If you've ever sat and voiced with Don, it's just like being in his stream. It's a boys club. It's G, bro. The G's hang out in there, bro. It's like joking with one of your homies, bro. He's so personable and easy to be around. Don is a phenomenal streamer. If he put more effort into it, not only would I support him more, but he would have like way more viewers. Don, you could do this for a living, and I don't say that very often. You could 100% do this for a living, but a few things would have to change about how you do your content. But as long as you just be you could do it. But that's why I call you, because you find something good, then you just, oh, I'm gonna stop streaming for the next 3 months or whatever okay. Who else do we want to check out? Pansy. What's Pansy's name on? I forget what Pansy. I'm Pansy. I think it's I'm Pansy.
Don't try and take my GM from me like that.
Lots of beaver cheer Dex 100. I choose Pretty Derby.
Normal. He's a real one. He's a real one. He's up, down, he's all over the place because he's got real life going on. He's got a kid, man. He's got a wife, he's got kids, but he's really trying to make this work. I rated Pansy the other day. You know what Pansy sent me? I rated him. And I hope he doesn't mind. I rated him. We hadn't talked in a long time, but again, I only try to support real ones. I try to. Sometimes they'd be hoodwinking me, but I rated him, and not 10 minutes later.
Tito tip $13.37.
He's just a nice guy.
Not mentioning my goat Lakari in this section is criminal.
He's a really nice guy. He's a G. He's a real one, bro. He's just trying to make it. Like every other content creator in this space, we're all just trying to make it. And the sad truth is,
Potion Shop.
Only 1% of us are ever going to make it. That's the brutal truth, is that I love most of these content creators, and the sad reality is most of them are never going to actually make it as a full-time creator. And that sucks, because they're good people. Zethian is also somebody that does not ViewBot, as far as I'm aware. He's a real one, and I'm going to tell you two stories about Zethian. I don't know what the this is. I think this right here. I know this looks weird, guys, but what this looks like to me is that he actually did disconnect on stream. This is what it looks like when you DC on stream. You dip really far because you lose all your viewers, and then you have to reconnect, and then you have to slowly ramp back up again. That looks like a stream crash to me. This looks like the normal ramp right here. He got rated here for sure. That's why he got so many follows, right? And then he went back down to his normal thing. But like, again, that might look a little sus to somebody that's not used to looking at these Twitch graphs, but I assure you guys, I've looked at thousands of these. I can tell you instantly whether or not somebody's viewbotting. Okay? It's like, oh my God, what's that big jump? This is a raid. He got a follow here. He got 2 follows here. Okay? This is clearly a raid. But you'll notice, again, this is a stream crash again. Oh, it looks exactly the same. Looks exactly the same. Okay? And this is what Elly claimed was happening to her. Okay. But you'll notice the difference between somebody that actually crashes, right? It goes down and then it comes back up again, right? This is actually a great example. This actually proves, this is the exception that proves the rule. This proves that Zethian, this is an actual stream crash. That's what the graph looks like on a stream crash. Now let's look at Elly's graph. Doesn't that graph look different? It's subtle. Well, maybe not so subtle, right? You see how different that looks than Zethian's. Zethian's goes all the way down, and then he has to build all the way back. He has to naturally ramp all the way back up again. But at no point do his viewers flatline. At no point do his viewers flatline like this. The only reason that your viewers would flashline or not fluctuate at all is because you were a VIEWBOTTing. Obviously. And that is on top of the pile of evidence that I have already submitted. Now, interestingly enough for Zethian, yeah, see, very normal. He's up, he's down, but he gradually ramps over time, but he's up and he's down, right? And he kind of loses off toward the end, right? Because people know he's going to end streaming. Like, this is normal. Zethian plays by the rules. And I will tell you this, of the streamers that I have met in the streaming space, Zethian is the biggest adult of all of the streamers. Zethian doesn't really give a shit about any of the drama. And I say that, a lot of streamers claim not to care about drama. I'm a drama queen. Okay, I get it. I'm not going to claim that I don't. Zethian, he loves watching drama, but he really doesn't take much stock in it. Zethian and I have never collabed. We've never, like, we've rated each other a couple times here and there, but honestly, our time slots don't really line up, right? We've never really talked a whole lot. We haven't interacted a whole lot. He kind of just does his thing. I do my thing. I watch him a lot. I'm in his chat, right? But Zethian, on multiple occasions, has come to me and warned me about things. Somebody came into Zethian's chat during the Best in Guild Throne and Liberty tournament that Amazon Game Studio, a multi-trillion-dollar company, was sponsoring. And I had forgotten that I had a moderator from like 4 years ago. I guess a little over 3 years ago. I just forgot he was a mod. Anyway, he went inactive and I didn't unmod him. Well, apparently, this guy
Jarvis289 just resubscribed for 4 months.
Decided that I was a Nazi fascist or that I was some sexist or I was a terrible person because I called somebody a... He was upset that I called someone a... And I shouldn't be using that language. I'm not joking. This was literally what happened. I called someone in a private DM, which, let's be honest, is pretty normal for me. Okay. And it was posted on Reddit, and Reddit tried to virtue signal about me. Oh my God, he shouldn't be acting like this. It's so unprofessional for him to call him a... I said, but he was being... What do you want me to say? Anyway, we got that sorted, but this moderator got so pressed about it. This mod got so pressed about it, he decided, he's like, oh, I'm still a mod in his Twitch chat. He went into Zethian's stream and he told Zethian, he goes, yeah, I'm going to ruin his career. I'm going to go into his stream and just start spamming the hard R N-word, racial slurs, homophobic slurs all the time during the middle of his live stream so that Amazon sees it and he loses his partnership with Amazon or his sponsorship with Amazon. And Zethian, again, owes me nothing. Zethian owes me nothing. Zethian came to me and said, hey, this is about to happen to you. That's it. That's all he said. He said, hey, this is about to happen to you. This is what was presented to me. People are freaks. And I said, thank you. And we avoided a potential catastrophic catastrophe. And to be clear, that was in Throne and Liberty. Zethian had no reason to reach out to me about that. And like, again, I would say that, you know, we're friends and from a creator space, but like, again, he's no reason to be like me or dislike me necessarily. Like, I'm in his stream a lot because, again, I like listening to him. He's entertaining. He's a very good streamer. But like, yeah. And that's just one example. I don't want to give all the examples. But like, that was one very clean example of Zethian just absolutely Giga Chad. He's an adult. He handles things in an adult manner. He's
Relic
not a child about anything.
83 just like, resubscribed for 2 months.
He will shamelessly watch drama content. He loves that shit. He eats it up. You'd be hard pressed to find a drama video he doesn't watch. Okay, but again, there's a difference between watching it and being like taking it personally, right? Getting pressed about it. So when you tell me that Elly is in that stream popping the off, I'm sure that Zethian's probably like, oh yeah, sure. But I trust Zethian to give a fair take on it, and honestly, to just go on doing his thing because he quite frankly doesn't care. He's not going to share his opinion about it probably. Most content creators are probably not going to share their opinion about this particular situation here. I will though. That's why she was trying to call me cringe. Why are you looking at everyone else's stuff? I'm sorry, is this in any way private? Why are you looking at everyone else's stuff? Because I'm trying to get better at my job? Your job is very public. Why can't I look at it? Is there something you don't want me to see? That's, I don't care, right? You're part of Wutaro, he's losing his shit. I can't reply to Wutaro because every time I look at this shit, I get fired up and I know he has a penis.
People hate you because they aren't getting gifters like you did. Also, please call me a...
Thanks. Appreciate your bets, buddy. Thanks for your money. You're never getting it back. Probably he doesn't look up to... Okay, he's losing his shit. Okay, let's talk about Wutaro. Wutaro is somebody who has gotten really upset because he can't get back into the Pearl Abyss partner program. Wutaro is a real one. He does not ViewBot, but the reason that Pearl Abyss doesn't want you in their BDO partner program is because the same reason Zeroden couldn't get in for years. It's just the truth, okay? They viewed Zeroden as a brand risk. Brother, you're a real one. Wutaro does not ViewBot. He does not over-exaggerate his viewers. He does not necessarily even try to get involved in drama. He tries to stay away from it as much as the drama finds him. Drama finds him. Look, see, normal graph. This is a raid here. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what that is. I don't know. Maybe a smaller streamer raided him. And usually when smaller streamers raid you, because you can see he goes from 13 to 39, like right at the start of his stream. Usually when a smaller streamer raids you, you guys know each other and your communities are basically like, they're not a Venn diagram. The graph is just a circle. Right? So like, you know, you're not going to get as many follows. This very likely was a raid. And again, this is why you have to have a trained eye looking at these graphs, because like it takes somebody that's been looking at these graphs for thousands of hours to really understand the numbers. Okay, like it's just the truth. It's crazy they don't consider me a brand risk. They do, Don. They do. But it's a risk they're willing to take because the CM team like jacks off to you. Like, I'm not going to say which members. They love your ass. They don't give a shit. I've met them in person. They love you. Okay, brand risk or not, doesn't matter. It's a compliment. It is. Etsu's formerly a family member. Yeah, that's true. Oh, we could talk about this too. Armin's an interesting case while we're here, but I love Wutaro. Wutaro is a real one. He's never cheated. He's got great viewership. They consider him a brand risk, which in my opinion is bullshit. If you're going to have somebody like Zeroden in the partner program, you should be willing to accept someone like Wutaro. Armin is a curious case of a right here. Okay, so like Armin's graph looks really different, but it's because Armin is lazy. And Armin is actually one of the best streamers that has ever streamed in our category for about 5 reasons that I will get to. Okay, the thing that holds Armin back from being one of the best streamers in our category is himself. Number one, this jump here, Armin and I both applied for Pearl Abyss to be a community manager for Pearl Abyss at the exact same time. We both reached second interview. He was given the job and not me. Okay, and it's the best job I never got. And Armin used that to springboard his streaming career. So almost exactly a year later, he left Pearl Abyss, and boom, look at that, 700 viewers.
You heard it here, Liv. Blue loves Wutaro, which also means Blue loves Shai's Kappa.
That's not true. That's not true. I hate terrorists. Now, so this explains this jump, because a lot of people look at this, they're like, holy, what is he cheating? No, he didn't cheat at all here. He was a community manager, and while he was at Pearl Abyss, he made sure that he was the figurehead of the community management team. So he was the one that was always interacting. By the way, everybody wave hi to the community management team. They're all watching right now. Hi, guys. Exposed. Look, they're leaving the chat right now. They're trying to get out of here. Hi, guys. Hi. Sorry, didn't mean to call you guys out, but nice to see you. Come on. They all be here right now because they be oh shit, ain't on mode, abort. They are definitely here right now. Now, he was the face of the community management team. The thing about Armin that makes him an exceptional streamer is because he is quite honestly one of the most exceptional players in Black Desert I have ever seen. I have never seen, and I'm not trying to, this is a glaze, but I'm going to be real. Just 100% honesty. You know that I'm telling the truth because Armin's a great shoutcaster. Why is Armin a great shoutcaster? Get to the root of that thing. It's because this knows every skill on every class. He knows the cooldowns. He knows whether they're protected. He knows whether they're like what the if it's a slow or not. Everything. He's just this crazy degenerate BA rat that like transcended all of the other BA rats, like beyond the beyond. So in doing this, he's Jesus. No, you're talking about Rapless. Jesus doesn't PvP. Jesus is a PvEer. Armin is a phenomenal PvPer, and the best part is that Armin has hot takes, which makes him a very great streamer. So not only is he showcasing, because there's 3 ways to get big on Twitch. You can either be really good, really hot, or really entertaining. And respectfully, Armin, you're really good. Okay. But it also helps that he is pretty entertaining too. He's not like, I'm full entertainer. I've dumped all me. I'm not good, right? I'm not particularly attractive, right? I'm just super entertainer. So I'm an example of an entertainer, right? Armin is an example of somebody who's really good at the game, but also does have some of his stat points in entertainment. Okay, so he's actually really good at explaining things to people, and you can see this in Armin's content here. If I go to Armin TF on his YouTube, if you go to Armin's YouTube and you look up his ninja guide or whatever, anything on his YouTube channel, number one, he's so modest. The greatest ninja plays, #1 in the world. Yeah, okay, yeah, very modest player. Okay, no one's gonna say Armin doesn't have an ego, but there's his YouTube channel. If you check it out, he's got great ninja movement, skill, cooldown, rotation. He explains this shit.
How's it going, guys? Welcome to my, I suppose, 2024 Succession Ninja.
Not very... Armin is rare because there are not many players that are really good at the game that are also good teachers. Okay? I am not particularly good at the game, but I'm a great teacher, which is why my guides are really good, right? Because you don't have to be the best player in the world to make a guide for something. You just need to be able to teach it to people really well, and then they can be better than you, right? Armin is both. When Armin makes a guide for ninja, he's the best ninja in the world, and his guide is better than everyone else's. Okay, so he's very good at teaching people too, which makes him, again, a really good shoutcaster, right? So he has potential. This is a huge recipe for success overall in streaming. You can see every time he decides, but every time, and this happens to Armin, he just, boom, he's got a lot of momentum here. He streams a lot less, doesn't stream at all, 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 streams a bunch, streams a bunch, streams a bunch. And what Armin sees here is because he miscorrectly interprets his graph. What Armin is doing is he's only playing and streaming really hard during AOS seasons. And when AOS is not going on, he's basically streaming as little as possible so that he can maintain his BDO partnership status. So they will keep giving him shoutcasting gigs, and he can stay in the partner program, barely meeting the minimum requirements. Then AOS rolls around, and then he pops off again by streaming a bunch, and then AOS goes away, and then he's just like, yeah, whatever, half-ass, here's AOS again, etc. And then again, you see it tank. So AOS isn't going on right now. Look, there it is right there. There's the drop-off right there. And what I see as a more seasoned content creator, respectfully, is a great content creator that misunderstands why he is popular. Respectfully, Armin, if you streamed more and actually gave effort to your content, you would have 700 or more average viewers every single day, every single time you went live. Whether AOS was going on or not, it would not matter. AOS would be a big spike for you, no question, but people are not watching you just because you're good at AOS. And they're not watching you just because, you could just sit there and grind and you would have solid content. But really what you need to do if you're going to be super successful is you need to do more YouTube. You got to do this more. Okay, you're the best ninja in the whole world. It's not like you don't have anything going on here, okay? And you think that, again, AOS, guide. You can do so much more. You could do so much more with your YouTube channel. You don't have to just be the ninja guy. You could be the everything guy. You could be literally, you could make a guide for hash, and then that would be the Bible for hash. You could make a guide, and I'm just going to pitch this to you, okay? You could literally, because somebody pitched it to me, and I'm like, damn, that's a great idea, but I don't want to do that. I think Armin would be better at it. The idea is that you make a video, it's a kind of a guide that shows all of the most important skills on every class and spec in the game. You could even make them separate videos, like a playlist if you want. Not like every skill for every class, but the important ones, so that when somebody was fighting that class, let's say Dosa in PvP, you could say, hey, here are the skills to watch out for where you can catch them, right? Here are their frontal guards, right? Here are their gaps. Here's the gaps in their protection, and here's the skills you need to watch out for that they're going to try to catch you with. And you could do that for every class in the game because you have the knowledge to do that. You don't even have to do research. You can just pump that out. It'd be no problem. You'd be great at it, brother. Okay? Now, that's a great idea for a guide. All right? So you should do it. Scroll down. I did it for Zerker and Warrior. Okay, yeah. So how sad was it that I'm pretty sure that Armin ranked higher than Choice did when he started playing Berserker for the very first time during the AOS season, that it was busted and he ranked higher than Choice did. That's crazy. Holy shit. I didn't want to say it, but like somebody had to say it. It's insane. It's crazy. Now, that being said, I hit rank 1. Exactly. That's insane, bro. No, but that should tell you that he just play anything. Like, Armin, you are the greatest disappointment that I have seen, because you think that you're only popular and people only watch you because of AOS. That helps you. But Armin, you've already got this reputation. And you've got the community backing. Okay, like the only bad thing about you is that you have a massive ego. Nobody cares because you're good. Okay, that's the truth. Nobody gives a shit. All right, you could be extremely successful. Stop like this. This is all counterproductive. If you only stream during AOS seasons, people forget about you. You don't stream for 2-3 months like this, people will literally forget about you, that you exist. Then you come back during AOS, you have a big spike, and then people forget about you again. If you were just consistent, yes, you would see a little bit of a dip, but you could develop your content much further and you would be much more successful. All this being said, I have a tremendous amount of respect for Armin. And I know that, Armin, you wouldn't say it, but I know that you don't like me very much. I get it. I understand. And it's for reasons that, again, have to do with Pearl Abyss. But like, it is what it is. I'm not going to go into all that right now. I've already explained it all on stream before. I'm not going to explain it again. I don't hold that against you. I still think that you could be a great content creator. And he never cheats. He never cheats. Not in game, not out of game, don't matter. A motherfucker don't cheat. I love bald people. Armin, you unironically said, you literally said a streamer's chat is a reflection of the streamer. You said this to me. Okay, Armin, you literally said this to me. Then you unironically, like 5 minutes later, said, Blue, I don't hate you. I just hate your chat. They are... Not joking. These were the words that you used. Okay. All right. I know you don't like me. I get it. But also, I understand why. And I respect that reason. Okay. I respect it. Just like I know Elly doesn't like me. I respect it. Okay. He's not wrong. I am. Okay. And he probably doesn't like how belligerent I am. But I have nothing against him.
My name is Buchier Dex 100. I chat. Should I become a BDO streamer that mains Corsair?
It's just kind of brutal because Armin and I both love shoutcasting. And the sad truth of the matter, guys, is that there are only 2 types of shoutcasters, and you can only have one of each. And one is you got to have the play-by-play caster, that's the hype guy, and then you got to have the analyst. And both Armin and I are both play-by-play shoutcasters. And both of us want those Pearl Abyss contracts. It's the truth. It's that both of us wanted those Pearl Abyss contracts, and that drove us apart. And I won those contracts, and then he got really upset because I'll be honest with you, it's possible that he should have gotten those contracts, but Pearl Abyss was, how do I say this? Not playing fair with you. And it's because of this incident here. You know it. I know it. We all know it. It wasn't fair. What happened? I get it. I get it. Now, oh, they hated me. Oh, 100%. I'm just going to lift the curtain. I showed up and I was like, I was so thankful you guys chose me. And I'm going to tell you right now. I'm just going to say it. They literally said, I'm not a partner, but it doesn't matter. They literally said, no, we can't choose Armin because we want to go with somebody different. And then they chose me, who is the same person from last year. Anyways, in fairness, I did a great job. So, I mean, you could say that, I was better or worse, but I did, Armin, to my credit, I did tell them that I think that both of us should be on the desk. I said that I would step aside and be the analyst and kind of like the background hype guy if you wanted to do the play-by-play. I said it because we went to lunch when I got there. I'm sure you've experienced it. You go to lunch with the team leads or whatever, and they asked who I would like to shoutcast with, and I brought you up, and you know it's kind of an uncomfortable conversation. But I told them, I said I would be willing to shoutcast with Armin 100%. I think that we could fit on the desk, and I think that it's kind of unfair that he didn't get this opportunity here. But I'm happy that I got it. So not gonna argue with results. But yeah, they chose me because they loved me and they hated you. I was an entertainer and I'm better at explaining things to new people. It is what it is. They also, more importantly, this situation. They did not like that. But it's okay. I'm not a partner anymore, which means you get every single shoutcasting contract for the rest of time. W. Armin. Good. You should. They should hire you. Oh, actually, they did hire you. You said that shit. I hope that they... honestly, Armin, the funny thing is, you're in a bit of a predicament with this MasterCard tournament, aren't you? This best in class tournament, and I bet you I could tell you right now, if they said, hey, Armin, you can either participate in the tournament, and if Armin participates for Ninja, he will win. So he can either go win the tournament, but I think if you asked Armin, would he rather have the contract for shoutcasting the tournament, or would he rather go win the tournament? I think that Armin is 10 toes down taking the contract. It's not even a question. He's already got all the weapons and the titles he needs. He's already proven that he's great at it. And I think they're going to offer it to him, as they should, because there's no one else that's going to be able to do it. I'm just going to keep it a buck. There's no one else in the entire community, because I know the community management team is watching. There's no one else in the entire community who has the knowledge to do all 30 classes in the game, except for him. And you can put anybody else on the desk that you want with him, and he'll do his thing. But you got to do it. It's got to be Armin. I want people to compete to get the hype they deserve. That's exactly why I love shoutcasting too, because I realized early on that great plays are not necessarily great because the play was great. There are a lot of great plays that don't go down in history. Great plays are documented because the shoutcaster really delivered. Faker, what was that? That play could have just been, and Faker gets another kill. Moving on, right? Like that's just how it is. And I love that about shoutcasting. And you should be the guy that they choose for this. Now, who they put on the desk with you, that's anyone's game. I will say that I messaged them, unironically. I was like, okay, I'm just going to be honest. You guys are probably going to up this production. You know it. I know it. We all know it. I can do the production better. You can contract the production out to me, and then I will hire whoever you want to come onto the desk and shoutcast. Let's just, it will be better if I do it. I'm not joking. In very nice terms, I was like, you can literally just contract the tournament out to me. I will do the entire thing for pennies on the dollar. And then I will just take whoever you want me to shoutcast. I'll just throw them on the desk and I'll just handle production, whatever. But they were like, obviously like, no, we don't have plans to contract out at this time. But I figured I was like, I got to say, because I'm a production guy. I love production value. I've always been good at production value. I've always been very good at it. So hopefully they come up huge for it. I'm hoping that they hire you. Now, who they put on the desk with you, they'll probably ask your opinion. They used to ask my opinion. Now, anyway, who are we looking at next? This is a real one right here. This guy's a G. Look, there's a raid. You can see because the follows. Right?
Pentakill.
Do you know why Divios is super popular? It's because he's the best player in the world. I know you just said, but Blue, isn't Armin the best player in the world? Armin is the best player in the world if Divios is not playing. Mainly because Divios has more titles. Divios has won more tournaments. But Armin, when Armin and Divios are on the same team, you don't bet against the other team. This is the way that it goes. Also, Divios plays Striker. I'm gonna be honest with you. He plays Striker and Sage. Dumpster. I think Armin could probably kill the Suck Sage, but honestly, he just takes so much damage. I don't know. Divios is such a monster at everything. It's just crazy. Anyway, he's won every major Pearl Abyss tournament ever. He's never VIEWBOTted. He's never had to VIEWBOT. Divios has never had to cheat. Not in the history of the game. Do you know why he's popular? It's because he's really good at the game. And you can see he's all over the place. He's really, really good. But you see, he's more consistent. This is, if Armin streamed consistently, Armin would be having, like, viewers that are around this level or better, right? And then it would spike really hard for AOS, and then it would come back down. Just refuses to do it. I wish Divios would do YouTube. What about female streamers? Well, I already took down the 2 top female streamers in our category today, so I don't know how much more you want me to do without being called a sexist again. I don't... She a real one. She a real one. This is a real human being right here. She not f***ing around. She hasn't streamed in a while, but this a raid. Obviously, this is a raid, right? But you can see she consistent, huge raid, and then she floats at, you know, reasonable viewership, right? Like, she has never, and again, I go through, you guys got to trust me on this. I literally go through, as evidenced by when Elly was like, well, you don't have any other examples. I was like, let me pull them up. I literally was just picking random streams. I'm like, that one. Bro, I know, because I get it. Okay, I've looked at Rayrar's analytics. Rayrar does not cheat. Does not cheat. Trollzina doesn't, as far as I'm aware, I don't think that Trollzina is viewbotting, but she just runs reruns all the time. That's how she gets away with it. So she's 24/7, and it's illegal to run reruns in the category. But because she doesn't speak English, and like the reruns kind of look realistic, like she could be talking to somebody in chat, she avoids reports in a lot of ways. But she's basically out rerun basically all the time. She is there sometimes, but that's why she's live all the time. She's farming the ad revenue, yeah. She doesn't play. I would consider that not playing by the rules because it's against TOS to do that, but she gets away with it. Shitty, but here we are. What's a rerun? She literally just puts her old VOD from Twitch, like yesterday's VOD. I would just play that again. It would be like if I hit go live and just hit play on yesterday's VOD and just walked away from the computer. That is a rerun. Okay, Jinnaaii is a real one too. He a real one. And you know,
First
his viewers
cheer
track.
Dex 100. My partner accused me of having no sense of direction. I got so angry, I packed up my stuff and went right.
Okay, buddy. You're an idiot. You're an idiot. Jinnaayi's viewers track with his YouTube. Now, to be clear, successful YouTube equals successful Twitch. If you look at my stream graphs and my overview, guys, where did I start doing YouTube? Point to me on the graph where I started doing YouTube. June of 2023. The Choose Your Class guides came out. I need to do the Wukong one. But that's it. June of 2023. That's when I started doing YouTube. And right here, so school started in August, and so I had less videos out. And this is when I decided to start doing reacts because they were lower effort and I could keep up with it. I was working 95 hours a week as a teacher, but I needed consistent content that I could keep up with over time. So I decided to start posting a react a day to what was going on in the YouTube space. So you could see I started climbing immediately when I started pushing those videos out. Then I got fired in October. We had the Asmongold interview, so big spike there. But then it came right back down to where it was. So like, very interestingly, a lot of people don't understand this. When you get help from a big content creator, big content creators, this is a great example. Big content creators cannot make you successful. It's like you can lead a horse. Can you take off slow mode, mods? Take off slow mode off my chat, please. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. A 20-minute interview with Asmongold can give me popularity for a short period of time, but I can't make people watch me long-term because of one interview. Okay, that's not how it works. So I had the interview with Asmongold, but if you look at this line, it was already trending up, right? Because before this line is almost symmetrical, right? So if you could take Asmon out of here, I would still probably have been about the same average viewers a few months down the road, right? So I get a big spike here, and then I go back to where my viewership should have been, right? And then this big spike here, and then I come down because I started throwing in Liberty, then I came back up again, I came back to BDO, then I throw in Liberty, right? And we go, and back and forth we go, and back and forth we go, right? I think we did Classic WoW here. Yeah, this was Classic WoW, this wasn't Throne, although I did Throne in here. But like, yeah, big content creators cannot make smaller content creators successful. You can, however, put eyes on somebody that is very talented at content creation and give them visibility. But they themselves have to also be good at content creation, or the viewers aren't just going to suddenly just start watching a new like streamer unless they find that person entertaining or there's some reason that they're watching them, right? Same with you and Tony Two Ghosts. Yeah, it's the exact same thing with Tony. I gave Tony a tremendous amount of support, but I can't make Tony successful. Tony made Tony successful because he's a good streamer. I like Tony. Tony doesn't cheat. To the best of my knowledge, Tony's never cheated. He was great in Tower of Fantasy. Then he came to BDO. I helped him get off the ground. Don. NMPLOL reacted to one of my videos and he found me funny and I got a big spike. I stopped streaming the next day.
Will Seal Cheer Dex 100. I actually only started watching Twitch because of your YouTube videos. I never really watched Twitch before lol. Also don't forget Kaylee, is she a real one?
Oh yeah, we'll get to Kaylee in a second. Yeah, I've got 537 viewers on YouTube right now. I've got 2,200 on Twitch, and I've got 67 on Kick. Most people, again, that should show you that where my visibility is coming from. A lot of visibility. I was not able to get off the ground. I was an extremely entertaining streamer, but I couldn't get over like 200 viewers until I started doing YouTube. Then I started doing YouTube and I popped off because people loved my YouTube videos. And that's why I'm at where I'm at today. Is because the YouTube is that important. The YouTube runs the Twitch basically. It gets you guys here watching me live. 67 Kick mods. True. And no prediction. I came from the Asmon video. Yeah. See, but you stayed. You came for the Asmon video, but you stayed because I was a good content creator, right? Just like, again, he can lead a horse to water, but he can't make him drink. If I wasn't entertaining, you wouldn't be here watching me. It's just the truth. Now, I want to be clear about this whole viewbotting thing. I don't know how the viewbot detection software works. I don't know if it's immediate and then permanent, right? It's very likely that a streamer that is viewbotting could go live, have a bunch of viewers, and the viewbot detection software kicks in 2-3 hours in. Don't know. But I can tell you it's working. I can tell you it do be working, okay? Well, and you can see it. And today, I just decided, I was like, okay, we're talking about this tomorrow. I've had it. These people, these people. You can tell who's viewbotting, but who's streaming less this month, man. I'm telling you. Who's streaming less this month? That's the truth. Who be streaming less? They're backing off that gas pedal.
Later that day.
I'm gonna bring Blue into the call as well. So Jinnaaii, as soon as he's in, you're welcome to continue. All right. Go ahead, Jinnaaii. Carry on.
What do you want me to say now?
It's whatever you want to say.
I mean, you wanted to be in this conversation, right? Yeah. So what do we want to talk about?
Okay, I don't have much to say, to be honest. Like that it dropped. I don't know why it dropped, honestly. From my
did you hear
perspective,
Lunar and I's explanation on why we think it dropped?
I have seen a Twitch post, like beginning of the month, where it did say that Twitch wants to work towards VIEWBOTTIng, and however, my guess is because my stream, Bicep stream, and Elly stream, I think the reason why, it's just a wild guess. I have no idea because I am not a Twitch moderator, right? I cannot see more than just a normal streamer. But my guess is that they pushed an update to that time, and every streamer, basically every viewer in the stream who was not active in the chat, did automatically not count as a viewer, and that's why the numbers did fall off to that time. I think it's straight off Twitch's fault, because it is not just Elly's stream, not just Bicep stream, and not just my stream. I think it's I've seen it in other streams too, in just chatting category. So I think it was more like a global thing that just happened there. That's my guess.
And that has been consistent with some of the reports that we've seen across the streaming sphere. A lot of people saying the same exact thing that you're saying right here, is that when the system went live, there was obviously a lot of legitimate ViewBotters I got caught up, but there's also some illegitimate, where some viewers that were not perhaps active. Primary example, I might be grinding on BDO, so perhaps my stream is minimized, but my audio is open. That's an example of a viewer that may not be captured. And sometimes, and it happens to me pretty often because I lurk a lot of streams. I more lurk than I talk in streams. And if I have two tabs open, for example, I have you open and I watch Chrysidra. When Chrysidra's live, I have her open all the time, right? But if I mute the audio, or if I minimize the tab, it takes away from your viewer and you actually stop playing in the background, therefore dropping me off of your viewer list. And that might happen in mass, especially when a new system is rolling out, because it does have bugs and it does have issues, and we don't know if it's AI or algorithm or a mixture of both.
Yeah, I think it was a global issue that happened.
That being said, I'm going to pass it over to Blue Squadron so he can say his words and we can go from there.
Okay, let's look over to these graphs. Do you guys mind if I stream my screen real quick?
I'm streaming it right now if you want. I
want to show you something.
Sure.
Because respectfully, I do know a lot about this analytics stuff, and I think that you underestimate what I've done in the research that I've done here. So, Zeroden, you're more than happy to pull my stream up.
You're okay. Now we're stream
streaming your screen. Yeah. Okay. All right. So the big name in question here is Biseptimus, and I understand that one of the points that you have is like, oh, okay, well, a bunch of streamers dipped at the exact same time from between 11 and 11:30. I actually did look into this, okay, but there's a reason, and Bicep is the example that I used. He's not the best example, but his graph is extremely different from Jinnaaii and Elly, which we look at before, and I can pull them up very quickly here. But there's a reason Biseptimus Prime is declining right at about 11:20 a.m., which is actually a little bit after they went down. He lost about, 700 viewers, but you can see, here's the clip right here. There's a reason that viewers go down in stuff. So he just completed the final content of Adani. He just beat the boss here. So he enhanced here. He had the most viewers, and then he beat the boss here. And you can see the exact same thing reflected in my graph. When I beat the boss, my viewership dips down. When I finish enhancing, my viewership dips down. So, and it's a gentle slope, and you can see that his continues to be down, and then it's back up. And this is how streamers' viewership. No, hold on.
Let him talk completely.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Let me finish. Streamers' viewership work is it's very volatile. It's up, it's down, it's never level. It is never level. So now we're going to look over. One of Elly's claims was that, well, she disconnects and the stream resets, blah, blah, blah. Now let's look at Zethian in this time frame. Keep in mind that Zethian went live at around 11:10, so we can't really use him for the previous example that we were just talking about here.
Correct.
We can, however, use Choice. Choice was live in this time frame from 11 o'clock to 11:20. He absolutely loses no viewers. Then he gains a few viewers at 11:30. So he didn't decline at all, which refutes that statement as well and helps aid evidence to my claim here. Now we look over at Zethian, and I wanted to talk about this because a lot of people are like, well, you could have disconnected, whatever, maybe Twitch disconnected me, whatever. This is what a graph looks like when a streamer actually has a disconnect. So
yeah, it drops down to 0.
I just want to point out that at no point did either one of them claim that they were disconnected or black screen. They said it sometimes happens.
Speak about it.
Elly, Elly wasn't aware of what had happened.
Luna, you gotta let him talk, bro.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, Elly. No, I mean it's okay. It's not like I don't feel like he's necessarily talking over.
Blue, you gotta talk, bro.
Okay, I'm working on it. Okay, so Zethian drops down to 0, and then you'll see he comes back, and he instantly has about a third of the viewers that he had before, but he has to ramp back up, and you can see that gradual ramp over time. That's what it looks like when a streamer disconnects. Then if you look over Byrog, I don't know if Byrog, I pulled up Byrog, I didn't actually finish pulling him up though. Did he stream? He didn't stream on that particular day, so that's tragic. But if you look over at Jinnaaie's Twitch tracker, actually I had it right there.
Not the link, I can just send it to you.
Right here. Okay. So if you pull this up and you look at this graph, you can see that this graph, and you compare it to Biceps, this is a steep drop off followed by a level to continue decline here. But
what's the viewer count there?
Elly.
Yeah. Can you go back to Jinnaaii?
Viewer count is 550.
What was before?
It was 1673 just before the fall.
So she lost about 1,000.
Okay. Yeah, and we went over this.
Yeah.
We lost a little over. Oh no, it's about 1100. About 1100.
What's Elly? No, you have to go back real quick. Go to the 2 points.
Right. Yep. Okay.
It's 1120 to 1130. No, 1120 to 1130. Those are the two increments, right?
What? No.
One tick. No, 1120 to 1130.
To this tick. This tick.
Okay. Yes.
11.
1,000.
So 1573.
Yes. 1,000.
Or 1574. To 1553. Sure. 1,000. Then, if that's how you want to take it, I took it from the higher point. That's fair. Okay.
That's fine. Either way is fine.
Now, Elly. And I want to be clear again. Look how different this graph looks when we compare it to my point. When Zethian disconnects and reconnects, it's a gradual nuke back because all streamers, when they have viewership, it's volatile. You can see biceps. It's never a flat line. It's never a flat curve. Building, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, a little bit down. Okay, it's always sloping. It's always all over the place. Byrog Han, if I look at any of his streams, raid, and you can tell these are raids because he's getting follows in this short time frame. That's usually what happens behind a raid. That's how you know big spikes in viewers. So I'm not trying to accuse Byrog of anything here, but you can see he's down, he's up, he's raided, he's down. Right, but the graph is never flat. Right, the graph is never really flat. But if you look over at Elly's stream, the graph drops off and is dead ass flat. And again, you compare this to the other streams she's had. I pulled up, 6 or 7 other streams or whatever. I can pull up more right now. Where again, the stream's just dead ass flat, basically the whole stream. This just doesn't really happen. Jinnaaii again drops off to dead ass flat. And you said that it's like, oh, this is a smoking gun. This is the only thing I have. No, I mean, a lot of people talk on this. But
I went through Elly's stream. I went through the last 6 months of her stream.
Let him talk.
Yeah, we'll
please.
talk about it.
I'm sorry. Go on.
No, it's okay. I'll let Lunar talk. But the last thing I want to say is that you talk about the engagement in a streamer's chat, and a big thing that hurts Jinnaaii in this case, but not Elly, because Elly does have very engaged viewers for the viewers that she has. She does have very engaged viewers, right?
My bad.
Which is why this particular accusation has really never come up in the past, but I have suspected it. Jinnaaii, however, is not so lucky. She does not have almost any engagement in her chat. Almost 10 minutes could go by at a time with 1,700 viewers, and she could have almost nobody chat. So that is, again, another point on the graph here. So, Lunar, I'll let you go ahead here. I know that you have points that you want to talk about here.
So you're saying your argument is, look how steep the line is going, right? So in those two instances, is a straight line down, correct? And in Jinnaa이's case, is 1,000 viewers. In Elly's case, is 500 viewers, correct?
Yeah, right.
Okay, when you look at Biceptimus Prime's channel,
right here. Okay.
You look at the exact same time. Those two increments. What does the increment say?
We said what was the increment?
1120 for you to 1130.
No, it was
1120 to 1130.
No, it was 1111 to 1120. We talked. No,
look at your down point. It says 1130.
No, I'm mousing over right now. Do you see
right there. I'm reading it. It says 1130. Are you? Am I getting gas left right now? What is going on?
11:21 on the right. I'm sorry. I
okay.
1 hours 21 minutes. Okay, so it's 11:20 to 11:30. Okay, all right.
So we look at that increment for every one of these 3 streamers.
Okay, so 11:20 to 11:30. Right here.
Okay. So in that chart, it doesn't look very steep, correct? But look how many viewers there are.
It's let me interject here. It is proportionally
gentle sloper, and this again
gentle slope, but 700 views.
It's the same exact time frame.
That happens to me
Hold on. It's the same exact time frame, but we're talking about the difference between a viewer that has 4,000 viewers versus a viewer that has 1,500 or 1,600.
Yeah, so the graph's going to look different.
So even if the numbers are comparable, which I think 700 to 1,000 or 1,100 is comparable.
500 is the same.
Right, there's comparable. And on additional information, this is from Twitch itself, that viewers are being falsely flagged. Real lurkers are being falsely flagged as bots and leading to a significant drop in their viewership counts and potentially misidentifying genuine community members. So you have to factor that in. If that's happening, it's not necessarily this is hard view botting.
So
But
I
You
just
can
want to
also
point
take other examples in the just chatting category. As I said, it did not happen just to BDO streamers, it did happen globally.
across
Correct.
the
Correct. It
board.
happened across
yeah.
all the
There's a-
streaming space. So Twitch's new system is, I was looking this up while we were talking, it is AI based, and the AI tends to get some information wrong. And some of the reasons that it struggled to identify people was because of a lack of movement throughout the platform. Like they're not clicking on pages, they're not interacting with it, they have things muted or the page is
Basically
minimized.
lurkers.
Yes. So specifically, it is targeting lurkers, which the majority of our player base is very much lurk heavy because of the nature of the game.
Right.
Well, hold on.
Can I
Are
say
we
my
done?
point now? No, I like to
I
say
was
something.
done.
Okay, so
was
one,
done.
it is not confirmed that this system affected every single streamer at the exact same time. Correct?
Correct.
I went through as many people as I know who stream in the morning, and by Septimus, which is the example you use a lot to say that he is a prime example of a legitimate streamer. Correct?
Yeah.
You said it like
Legitimate
eight to nine
right here.
times. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But you look at the point at the same time from all these three streamers, they both dropped 700 views, 500 views, and 1,000 views. So I agree. At that point, that's when the new system kicked in. Do you agree with this?
I would agree that that's the point that the system kicked in, but Biceptimus' decline in viewership is not a result of the system. This is a false positive in this case, because again, if the system had kicked in, it would be a vertical line down. Okay, but it wouldn't.
That's not how that works.
You're misinterpreting
Well,
graphology.
Yeah,
it is. Listen,
you're reading graphs wrong. Is what
hold
I'm
on.
saying.
Hold on. Luna,
his graph is bigger, right? Because he has more viewers,
Yes.
right? However, you can also look at several other factors here, such as what he was doing at the time that the content started to decline.
But what I'm saying is the data
one.
point alone, the only data point that we have in terms of how we're accurately assessing viewers is a graph. And statistics 101, man. The numbers, because the numbers are larger and the bite out of those numbers is roughly equal when we're talking about in the grand scheme of things. It's going to look sharper on a streamer that has 1,500 viewers that drops to 500 than one that has 5,000 viewers that drops down to 4,700 or whatever the case may be.
So if you still don't believe me, after, again, I've tried to present it a couple different ways.
It's not that I don't believe you. It's like, it's not conclusive.
My point.
You guys are focused way too hard on this initial thing. You need to look beyond this. Number one, again, what was the content that he was doing, right? So in this case, he finished the primary content for the day, which was enhancing the sovereign, followed by the boss, which means he's going to have a decline in content or a decline in viewers. Now he dropped off.
That's a lot. I mean, that's a substantial number. And at the same exact time frame, the coincidence is not.
It's not done. Okay. So he drops off here, but look what happens after the drop off. He continues to head downhill for a while after. Again, it's not a level line. It's not the same. Okay. So he continues downward, then it's up again, then it's down again, right? It's still not a level line.
I have a question.
Why this looks a lot more natural than this is why this looks a lot more natural. Furthermore, you look over at Choice's stream. Choice notoriously has a lot of lurkers, and Choice does not ViewBot currently that I am aware of. And you can see during this exact same time slot, he actually gains some viewers. Okay, so like he goes from even to gain. So again, this is refuted here. And then again, Choice finishes enhancing. This is where he finishes his deck.
Can you mouse back over a little bit to the, I'm just trying to line up the times. So 11:20 is when it started. So 11:20, and then it goes from 11:10 to 11:20 is the time frame that we're talking about. So
11:10 to 11:20 is even.
Yeah.
He's not losing anything.
Correct.
Right.
Okay.
But hold on. Here he finishes his deck enhancement. The same thing happens to him that happens to Bicep. Okay. He immediately when he finishes, as you can see, because he changes his title. As soon as he finishes this, you see a steep drop off in viewers. This happens to me too, which I can visit my graph next if you'd like to. He declines here. Then he moves over here. You can see him trading in his armors here. He's going to do the grind zone stuff. And again, he drops down. And once he starts doing the grind stuff, he stays relative level because this content is very consistent. At least he's doing, but it's still not completely level. It's still up, down slightly, and he's getting follows, and he's consistently getting follows the entire time. This is, again, looks like a very reasonable graph based on the content that he was doing. Right? Again, if you look at my graph, again, I was not live at the
What time did you stream?
What time did I stream?
Yes. Look at your time.
I went live at like 11 a.m. Let me look.
You went live right after the time frame in question, but that doesn't necessarily, just because it didn't impact choice doesn't mean it didn't impact.
Right,
This
so-
is where I'm saying it's not
Right,
conclusive.
you're correct.
All
so
I'm
let's
saying
look
is
at
it's not conclusive because
this.
the system happened
here.
globally and it happened
You're-
inconsistently.
You're
So
looking
is
at
there-
time frames hours later, 6 hours later, at the time of the VIEWBOTTIng crash, right? This is something you said on your stream. That
Well, I'm
at a
trying
very
to show you that
specific
my graph
time.
looks similar to bicep. That's what I'm trying to show you. Is that yeah? You said
No,
you're
that's
talking about
not what
interpreting
we're
graph.
saying.
I'm
saying
trying to
look
show
at
you
your graph at that time.
drop off. Look at this drop off. Oh, at this time, I'm gaining viewers.
Yeah, but you just started.
You just started
that's
streaming,
not
right?
trying it up. Yeah, you can't line this up. It's not
Okay,
comparable.
so-
I just started. Okay.
Here's what I'm saying, and this is the meat
hold
of.
on.
Okay,
hold
good,
on.
good. I
Look
apologize.
at
Go ahead.
this. I just finished enhancing right at this moment here, and you can see, look how steeply
It's consistent with the
viewers
information
drop
of choice. Yeah.
off, right? Yes, look how steeply the viewers drop off. That is consistent with choice. That is consistent with Biceptimus. Is the exact same thing.
No
He
argument.
finishes enhancing, look at the steep drop off. Finishes the primary content, look at the steep drop off. He has a reason. Everyone else has a reason. Jinnaaii did not have a reason. Elly didn't have a reason. This is the middle of their stream. Just cooked.
Agreed. Listen, I'm
They are
saying
just
that two
riding
things
around
can
in
be.
the world. Look at the stream.
So
clips.
no one is saying
that's
that
not
when you
valid.
finish your enhancing stream, you lose the viewers. No one is saying that. Okay.
You do.
But you no.
No,
I
we're
didn't.
not saying
Let me-
that.
Let me explain.
We're not saying that.
The time frame you have claimed to be the smoking gun is 11 at your in your time zone, 11:20 to 11:30. That 10-minute increment is your smoking gun. And you use this again. You said it's the exact same time it happened to Elly. It happened to Jinnaaii, correct?
Right. Yeah.
And that was a massive drop in viewers. And Jinnaaii was 1,000 viewers. Elly was 500 viewers. Okay.
Yeah,
At the exact same time,
You have to admit this.
Biceptimus Prime dropped 700 viewers.
But Bicep, again, I just tried to explain
The
this.
content of what's no.
And his
content
drop
is
off
the-
looks different.
He's right. What he's saying though is a fair assessment, because unlike the other two where you Lunar went to their stream and identified nothing really substantial was happening at that time that would have changed their viewership, he's saying that Bicep had an event at that specific time frame that would have caused a dip in the thing. Now,
Correct.
And I hear you. I'm just want to make sure
And
that
Bicep
you understand.
recovers.
I understand what you're saying.
Biceps continues to change over
Sure.
time. The
Yes.
other two streamers don't change at all. There's no explanation. It's literally just a flat line immediately, right? Like it's basically a solid flat line.
Again,
Almost
the
no
chart
but they're still getting
you're
follows
using
and losing
doesn't
followers,
work
guys.
because
That's what I'm saying.
you're seeing these two slopes as massive slopes, but you were disregarding Biceptimus loss of viewership as a minor slope.
He's not.
You
though.
are not reading the
Not
graph
minor. It's not
correctly.
necessarily minor. I just you're not.
He's not. He's saying it's
interpreting-
event based. So he's
Yes.
acknowledging it,
Yes,
but he's
I'm
saying it's
saying
event
that
based.
It's not minor, but it is event based. That's the reason.
I'm
this happened
saying
here.
at that
He has a
exact
reason.
time-
they don't have a reason.
That exact time is when the Twitch ViewBot cancel thing happened. That's what I'm saying.
Now here let me rewind. We can assess this across any streamer. Get out of our category and start looking at that same time frame amongst high ranked streamers across the streaming sphere. You're gonna see that same. If you don't see that same slope, and Lunar, you're welcome to do the same thing at the same time, right? Pull up data up and see
one
if this
more point.
happened outside of just Jinnaaii and outside
There's
of
one more point.
because it's coincidence doesn't work that way where it's
This is when I
across the board.
stream another
I have one
game,
more
for
point.
example.
Yes, I'm listening. Go ahead, Blue. I'm listening.
I was gonna say I don't think she had another point after that.
Oh, I thought you said you had one more point.
I do have a point. I thought Jinnaaii spoke, so I was just
Jinnaaii,
gonna
did you
try
have
to let her
something?
talk.
Jinnaaii, did you have something?
I sent it here in chat.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Go ahead, Blue.
There's one more point. So right around 11:20, notice this is 20 minutes into so Bicep finishes his primary content, and me being normally Bicep and I don't stream in the same time slot, but we do overlap a lot of community members. So it is a fair point to say, okay, well, Blue would have been starting to actually ramp around 20 minutes in. That's when I would have started like actually enhancing my content. So he would have seen a more severe dip off right now than normal, because I started streaming at the same time. He finishes the primary content. And again, there's an explanation for this dip as opposed to, again, Jinnaaii was just like, again, this is pretty flat up here. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone. And then flat here. And then if we look over towards Elly, it's ramping very consistently here, and then boom, and then it's just a flat line for the remainder of time. So with, again, without explanation, because if you look at the clips around when this happened, she's just kind of riding around in the world. And so again, there's no real content explanation for this dip, but for biceps, there's at least 3 or 4 plausible explanations that would explain a drop of this severity at this point. And to be clear, this is still only about 700 viewers in this time slot here, and Jinnaaii lost 1,000 at the same time, which again, with no explanation there.
Lunar, can I task you with looking up other streamers while we're discussing?
If you can tell me which streamer streamed at that time, I can look it up.
So that these sites rank. So like they rank literally. So find somebody within a similar rank of Jinnaaii or Choice or Zephian would be an example. But I want to reach outside the category to show that this is, hear me out. We reach outside the category. We're seeing a similar drop off. If we're seeing a similar drop off outside the category in the same time frame, coincidence doesn't work that way. If we see it with multiple streams. Now, if we don't see it with a few streams, then I can buy in the fact that, hey, you know, this may be an indication, and an indication of chatbotting, not conclusive evidence, because it is an indication. Like, you know, if you start to look at things like in the frame of mind of like, okay, this is a red flag. I've noticed this red flag. This is an indicator of X. Until you have conclusive proof, you can say that there are indications. And that's a fair statement. You can accurately and definitively say there are indications. What you cannot, and Blue, I say this to you specifically because you have the largest platform. You have a responsibility to be accurate. And the accurate statement.
I do.
Yeah, I know. You have a responsibility to be accurate. The accurate statement you can make is, these are indications. It's not definitive proof, but it is an indicator. And indicators create a narrative.
He has something to say. Let Jinnaaii speak.
So you say that there's no explanation for my drop, but I gave my explanation at the beginning when we joined this call.
What was the explanation? I'm sorry, I was coming downstairs.
The explanation was that Twitch posted at the beginning of the month a notice that they're gonna do something against VIEWBOTS, right? So, and what happened at that time is a global drop down of viewers that happened in many streams. I'm not saying in every stream, but it happened in many streams. So I think the point is that the reason why it dropped down, and I do not have any other explanation because I don't know myself, is that, you know, like people lurk in your stream. They don't have your stream as active tab, so they don't count as a viewer. And maybe Twitch pushed an update where only the people that were right now active in your chat do count as a viewer, and the rest don't.
And that is consistent with what Twitch has said.
May I rebuttal that?
What happened?
You let her finish the thought first.
That even AFK people did not count anymore as a viewer.
And again, to before I pass it back to you, Blue, that is consistent with Twitch's own reporting. There is a system that went live that targets them, but the system's information is, by its own admission, unreliable because it's targeting people incorrectly. I pass it back to you, Blue.
Also, they're not targeting every single person at the same exact time either.
That is correct. Yes, and Lunar, that's actually a very good point.
They might be going category to category.
They actually are, because Twitch is smart about it. They're not rolling it out all at the same time. They're trying to catch people. If they roll it out all at the same time, they don't catch everyone that they need to catch in the net, right?
That's fair. And it's also probably a nightmare on their algorithm.
They would roll it out. Yeah, they would roll it out almost category by category. Would make a little bit more sense on big update releases. Now to Jinnaaie's point that Twitch is removing, like the software is accidentally removing legitimate viewers that are just not chatting in your chat. Well, I mean, by your own admission, you have almost no engagement in your chat at all. So realistically, if that was the case in this case, you would have dropped severely lower in viewership, probably into the double digits or less.
Yes, because they are lurking. We are in a Twitch drops category, and this game is a half AFK game.
Let him finish his point, Jinnaaii. Jinnaaii, just let him talk, and we'll pass it back to you.
Right.
So hold on to that.
So yeah, again, the point was, okay, well, it's happening to me because all of my lurkers are getting counted as VBots. And I'm saying if that was the case, you would drop to almost like low double digit viewers because you don't have very many chatters. If all of your lurkers were turned into or were removed for botting, that's it. Like you just wouldn't have the view. You certainly wouldn't have 550. You don't have 550 people chatting. So like clearly there's something else at play here. I do agree that you probably have a fair amount of lurkers. That's why again your viewership didn't tank all the way to 0. And I would lend to yes, the detection software is flawed somewhat. Yes, it does have its issues.
Thank you for all those follows, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to listen to them and not talk over them, but thank you guys for the follows.
It's probably going to be a little buggy at the start, but we're always trying new things and continually trying to update the software because as our software updates, so do the cheaters trying to exploit the software. It's just like developers in a game in that regard. So like I would say that the software was working as intended in this particular case by evidenced by the fact that, again, it doesn't line up. If it had accidentally removed all of the people not chatting, she would have dropped to extraordinarily low numbers, and she didn't here, which actually helps my point.
So here's the piece of advice I'm going to offer. I guess both sides of this. All right, Blue. I feel like you have some legitimate indicators you've identified, right? And I also feel like there is some legitimate defense for the other side, right? So here is the common sense and the logic piece of this. This is a system that they're going to roll out, and it's not going to roll out temporarily. It's going to be how they handle things going forward. So all you have to do, and this is for both of your sides' benefit, as long as you are not actively campaigning against her stream, you're going to eventually see a transition in her viewership. If you are campaigning against a stream, you might cause that transition, and then the correlation becomes causation. Does that make sense?
Okay,
So,
I want to be clear. The only person that has, in this particular case, campaigned against somebody else
I'm going to give you a
actively
shout
get
out
them
properly
banned
just
and
a
witch
second,
hunt
man.
is Jinnaaii, trying to witch hunt me. 100%. She even did so in your chat earlier, where she is instigating people to try to report me, try to get me banned again. And again, that is also witch hunting, which is against TOS.
Blue, I understand.
Why did I do that, Blue?
Jinnaaii, guys, please don't devolve this. Please do not devolve this, guys. Listen, I understand that you guys have issues with each other. That's not what this discussion is, and we're not going to transform it into a tit for tat. All right. What I am saying is you're misinterpreting. You're misinterpreting. Yeah, I know. Thank you, Kandaya, so much, bro. Appreciate you. I'm gonna give him a proper shout out in just a moment. I need to get this off my head, off my mouth, off my mind before I say it. So for you, ViewBotting is a system. The anti-ViewBotting system is a system that's going to be transitioning permanently. You're going to see long-term data that's going to support your argument, right? What I'm saying to you is if you are perpetrating or not maybe campaigning, however you want to phrase it, whatever vernacular would be preferable in this case, if you are promoting the idea that they are ViewBotting and you might cause the skew in their viewership, you may create a situation because, again, your platform is much larger, right? You might create a situation where you're larger.
No, it's not.
You're huge, bro.
Look at the
You're 3,000 viewers that day.
Whoa, there's like several thousand viewer difference.
Look at the average viewership over. Look at Jinnaayi's average viewership over the month, though.
Yeah,
Gosh, she got 1,100. That's no slouch.
It's not a small number.
Smaller than me here.
Blue, when you're live, if you have 3,000 people watching you, you have 50% of the category watching you live. So what I'm saying is, and that's 50% is a lot larger than 5% or 10% or 20%. 50% change.
I mean, the viewer matters. The viewer amount matters.
My point is that if what you're saying is accurate, what would support your ability to articulate that argument and have an actual graphical, historical, verifiable proof is by letting it go and then observing the situation for at least a month to have that data backed. And either it will be on them to show that they, at that point, had their numbers have changed for a reason, or it hasn't. Because then you have historical, not just one singular instance, but multiple days or weeks of data that supports what you're saying. And I'm saying that don't skew that data. because if you're running a test, you never skew that test. I'm going to say hello to Jinnaaii. You guys are welcome to talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah. I want to be
Hugh,
really clear
man, thank you so much for the
this.
huge raid, guys.
I've been
Welcome
watching the
in
analytics
all of
in the category
Jinnaaei's
for
viewers.
quite
We're
some
having a
time.
little bit of a drama
it's
discussion.
No secret that a lot of people think that Jinnaaii is
I'm currently
VIEWBOTTIng,
mediating
and it's
right
because
now
her
between,
chat is overwhelmingly slow, and there's
so I
a lot of
apologize for
things that are
taking so
applicable for
long to
100
get to you,
reasons.
man.
You look over
Welcome,
at Elly,
bro. Welcome, man. Thank you so much.
It's a little bit
It's
more
good to see you,
obscure.
man.
Which is
It's
why
very
I tried
rare
to
where you
present
end stream and I'm
present
still live,
evidence
right?
of at least 6 or 7, like, at least, I don't know if it was 6, but it was quite a few graphs and stuff. And again, that's why Elly was in the call, and she had a chance to refute everything, and we talked about it. That was reasonable. This is me talking with Jinnaaii, and I feel a very reasonable manner. But this isn't me just throwing out an accusation willy-nilly with only one graph for evidence. There's a lot of dots on the graph that support the line that these two are not playing by the rules. This was just honestly the most jarring, and which is why I brought attention to the matter.
It was I think it was a little early. Jinnaaii, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, the reason why I think my chat is not active is because I'm a very quiet person. I'm not a constant yapper. I used to stream a lot. You can see I do not stream that often anymore. I used to stream a lot, especially 12 hours every day, 7 days a week. I was not constantly yapping because I mostly have to deal with a lot of headache and health issues. It is for me, it seems for me really unreal to yap 12 hours a day. If I'm yapping a lot, then I do have a lot of chatters, but there's a lot of situations where I am not yapping a lot. So, and I want to be honest, very honest with you guys, and please hear me out. And I don't want to repeat myself. I only say it once. And I hope after that, I just want to end this, because I am just tired of not being good with people. I am tired that I went today in Quendia's stream and there was someone who was instantly, immediately attacking mine and Troy's relationship that we have together. And I think this is something that does not belong into a Black Desert category, into a gaming category where you are supposed to have fun with each other, where you are supposed to have to support each other's streams as a streamer. And that's my fair point. And I can also show you where these lurkers come from and what's happening in the background. So this is about the thing that viewers dropped. I already explained you, so I will not repeat this. I started my NA journey very 9 months ago or 8 months ago, somewhere around that, and I got gear really quick. I made it to 800 gear score in 6 months, and people that ask me a lot, how did you do that and stuff like that. And because I am not an active YouTuber like you, Blue, I respect that, how much time you put into that, but me personally, I just don't have time to make videos and constantly update videos. This is why I came on the idea to make a Discord server. So I'm gonna send it here real quick. And in this Discord server, I uploaded a lot of gear guides. I have a Deborika gear guide, Carousel gear guide, every guide about the new content, and I do that, calculate that completely with spreadsheets from Byrock and from other streamers, and also shout out them into my guides. And every day you can see that a lot of people are joining my Discord server. This is not just the only reason. There's also another project running in the background, which is the BDO Companion app. If you never heard of that, is that Black Desert has a grind tracker, but it's only on global app, and they don't want to introduce that into the live server, and that's what me and Choice does. So we have here another Discord server where this server is only exists since 1.5 weeks, and in 1.5 weeks over 3,400 people joined that server. And also my server did grow immediately, completely, 4,000 people joined within just a few months. And I think this is where all these people coming from. And you can definitely see in the Discord server that these people are not bots, So, and to come back, why am I so quiet in my streams? Why am I not active anymore in Twitch in general? Is because I am suffering under a rheumatic chronic autoimmune disease, which is called Sjögren's syndrome. And this syndrome is causing me issues already since I am 13 years old. I have to deal every day with headache. I am taking at least 3 to 5 ibuprofen a day. And I have massive pain, like muscle pain, joint pain. And I am just trying to get over the day and to somehow survive. And I got this diagnosis beginning of August. And since then, I'm going through a depressed situation in my life because it also did damage already my organs that I cannot eat anymore. You know, I have to.
Yeah, she's explaining something about her personal life. Yeah, just give her a moment to talk.
A lot, and I have
There's
to
nothing wrong
figure
with
out
listening.
how
We're just
can
listening to a
we
human talk
solve
about their
this issue,
conditions.
because this is not just any disease. This
It's
is
not
a
about streaming.
disease
It's not
that
about content.
cannot
She's being a
get
person.
healed like cancer, and it also leads to cancer. You know, so that's why I am with my mind completely somewhere else right now, and I just don't have time for all this Twitch drama anymore. And yeah, wow, my viewers dropped and everyone is going crazy on Twitch because of that, but I just don't have the time for that. I just don't have the time. I feel exhausted. I just want to have peace, and I don't want to go into a stream where people immediately insult me as I am the bitch of BDO and
Understandable.
I'm a hoe, and you know, I don't feel
Jinnaaii,
well anymore.
I'm with you.
I don't feel like streaming anymore. You know.
No, I got you.
And every time I go sometimes into Blue Stream, I'm sometimes lurking in your stream, and you randomly start talking randomly about me. And the reason why I said back in the days to my community that I want them to report you was because you started talking about me in the first place in your stream, and while I personally never mentioned you in my stream in the first place. So this is why I came up with that, just as a reaction of trying to protect myself and to protect my people. And I don't know what else I have to say. I just hope that end of the day we can have peace together, we can have peace with the community, and we can move on, you know.
So
that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Jinnaaii. That was a lot. Blue, sorry. Thank you, Jinnaaii. That was a lot. Blue, before I pass it back to you for response on that. Jinnaaii, I do want to touch on a couple of things that you talked about because I think it is important. One, my chat had some comments, both positive and negative. Guys, if you're having a negative comment when somebody's being a human, that's you being a bad human. I'm just going to be honest with you. Yes, oh, pity this, pity that. She's having a human conversation about her living conditions. Myself, right? I'm active duty military. I talk about my life all the time. I'm very candid with what I do, and I talk about the things that I can talk about as much as I can talk about them, right? But that doesn't mean that I don't get into things like I don't necessarily talk about the time that I spend with my wife. I don't talk about the time that I spend with my children, but that doesn't take away from the time that I do spend with them, right? Granted, it's not related in directly to the topic at hand, which was the VIEWBOTTING comment, but it is tied into the feeling that she just basically is over the drama. That's what she's saying. I'm over this shit. I don't want to keep fighting anymore. It's not worth it. There's a lot of people in her stream, and to some things that she said is very valid. If you think about Blue's content, Blue is a very, very engaging streamer. One person that when you jump into the chat, you're going to want to talk to, and he's going to want to talk to you. And it's a two-way thing. He's engaging you, you're engaging him, right? And my content, for example, I'm not as engaging. When I'm in PvPing, the focus is mostly on the combat, not so much on the conversation. I'm kind of like talking about the technical aspects of the game, but for the average player, they're not really following. So the chat's not moving super fast sometimes when I'm in combat, and that's fairly normal for me. And in Jinnaaii, in your case, you might be, for example, grinding. Maybe you're not chatting as much when you're grinding, and when you're not talking and your stream's not talking and you're grinding, it's a cyclical effect, right? So it's logical for me that your chat will not move as quickly as Blue's. Now, Blue, you're probably gonna have a counterpoint to the fact of like, well, there should be some movement. However, I do want to hone in on the latter aspect where this isn't just about the views. Like, we also have to be people, and we have to have our humanity about things. So when you address the response, all I'm asking you to do is consider what she has said about her human condition, and that she does want this to be over one way or another. So that's all I'm saying. All yours.
Okay. All right. So there's a few points in here. Number one, no one's just attacking you without cause. I understand you're trying to play victim in this particular case, but no one's attacking you without cause in this particular case or in the previous case. You instigated something, whether it was AFK drop streaming or in this case, VIEWBOTTIng, and there was a response to that action. If you don't want a response or a negative response in your public job, then don't do negative things like that are going to make people upset. Number one. Number two, the reason that you have low engagement is not because you don't talk a lot. I would argue that streamers that don't talk a lot don't have a whole lot of viewers on Twitch. That's just the brutal truth. Viewers come to Twitch because it's not that like you need to be like me. I'm like a over the top extreme and I talk all the time. But even if you listen to Lunarlay is a great example. He talks in his stream. He talks. It's very chill. It's relaxed. Zeroden's the same way. It's very chill. It's relaxed, but he's pretty much always talking, and that Zeroden is successful. Lunar talks less than Zeroden and has less viewers, but Zeroden's stronger at engagement, right? But in this particular case, if you are not talking at all, it would follow that you don't have a particularly crazy amount of viewers. Now, there are a few different ways.
If I would be a boy, yes, but I'm a woman.
I don't understand. So
just let him talk, Jinnaaii.
Now is
Jinnaaii, you gotta let him get it all out. Just
okay.
We're to take turns.
No, let her.
She will when you're done. Finish.
Okay, well, I just wanted to hear her point, and then I was going to rebuttal the points. If the argument is I'm a woman, so I have different engagement numbers on Twitch, that's completely erroneously false and very sexist towards women. Women actually have phenomenal engagement. Go look at Emaru and compare her engagement to anyone else with comparable viewership to her, like NMP LOL. They both have tremendously good viewership and tremendously good engagement. And the reason is there are a lot of guys in the chat that admittedly, they want to engage with the streamer. They come to the female stream in order to engage with the female streamer. They want her to talk to them. And so they will engage in chat very frequently. It's no secret. Female streamers absolutely have very solid engagement, assuming they are, of course, playing by the rules. I think it's kind of sexist towards women just to actually, and that's crazy coming, like, I know I'm the guy that everybody likes to call me sexist. That's crazy. But like it's kind of crazy to say that women would have lower engagement because they're attractive, or women would have lower engagement because they are women. That's just not simply how Twitch works. Look at Rayrar's chat. She's a woman. Look at Mermaid on chat.
That wasn't said. That wasn't the point. You're rebutting a non-point.
People sometimes go on Twitch to see beautiful women. They click on the stream and look.
Yeah, it wasn't said. Yeah.
So that is the point. So that is exactly what I was just saying. Yes, that's exactly what I was rebattling right there.
No, you were saying that women get lower engagement, but they get
you said
higher
that.
engagement.
So I'm saying that women have equal engagement to men at the similar view counts, or very close to similar. It's not at all different. Well, I mean, we can just pull up. We can just pull up two female streamers right now.
This is why it's important for you to finish your point and then let her go, so you guys aren't going back and forth over the same points.
Entire category, not
guys,
all. You have to pull up all female streamers and see the whole statistic, not just two.
It will not. We cannot have a discussion where he's going to have a coherent thought if you're interjecting, and likewise, he can't have a discussion.
I will finish up.
But what I'm saying is you guys have to take turns. And the reason you have to take turns is you might be making a point that you'll never get to because she made a counterpoint that you have now derailed the conversation.
Fair.
So that's why I want you to finish your point.
I said already everything I wanted to say. And I don't know why people say I will VIEWBOT. I do not VIEWBOT myself, and I have no idea about it.
Then don't worry about it. That's all I can say is like, if you don't do it, then don't worry about it. Legit.
I think get us back on the subject. Yeah, possible.
Yes. Go ahead, Blue.
The conversation isn't. Oh God.
Let him finish, please.
Okay.
Blue, finish.
Can I go? Oh, okay.
Okay,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
Let Blue finish. So just FYI, the format here is one side discusses, it passes back to the center side, which is myself and Lunar, and then we pass it back to the side. That's how these formats go. And then as she passes it back to Blue, it goes through us again, that we have that ability to kind of soften, moderate, or translate as necessary. Blue, continue.
Okay. I only have one very small point that is kind of irrefutable. When men want to look at a beautiful woman, they go to Instagram or other platforms. If they want to engage with a beautiful woman and hear them talk to her or talk to them and like have a parasocial interaction with them, they come to Twitch. That's why they come to Twitch. That's why women have really solid engagement on Twitch. Anyway, let's get back on topic. I'd like to hear what Lunar has to say.
This whole thing isn't about Jinnaaie's medical conditions or her feelings about the matter or her harassment throughout Twitch. Personally, I don't care. I'm a human being. I see the pain, but that's not what we are talking about today on stream. Right? It's literally just talking about what you said, Blue, the smoking gun, the charts, and how you were reading the charts. I'd like to get back on that subject besides this tangent, unless you guys want to keep talking about this.
All right, so before I hand it over, Jinnaaii, did you have anything else you wanted to rebut on what Blue said? I know you said a lot and you felt like that was definitive. I just wanted to give you an opportunity to counterpoint before we return to the charts. Did you have anything you wanted to say?
No, I said everything.
Okay, very good. All right, Blue.
I mean, I didn't come in here. I do have one question. I was planning on putting on a video about it. Do you guys want me to include this conversation in the video? Like,
yeah,
I'm asking particularly. Well, okay, so I have Zeroden's permission. I would like Lunar's permission and Jinnaaie's permission. If I don't have all three, I won't include it. But I like to include both sides. And I had Elly's side. Elly and I talked. And so now Jinnaaii and I are here, and Lunar's here, and Zeroden's here.
Yeah, I'm completely fine with this.
Yeah,
okay. As long as it's being represented correctly, you know.
This is already happening. On
the only thing I would cut out is that the bit that we talked about at the start, unless you guys want me to keep that in.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. So all I'm saying is, for me, this is happening on a public platform. Anything that happens on a public platform, you're welcome to reuse. From me.
That's okay.
That being said, I also intend to upload just the VOD to YouTube so they can be stored and watched for everyone else later. So wants to get the whole context, everything that led up to this, because we also have the rest of the video to watch right afterward. Fucking Lunar, we're never gonna sleep.
Okay. Can we go back on the real stuff?
Jinnaaie didn't say it. I would like to hear Jinnaaie. Jinnaaie, are you okay with it? Because I'm just trying to give your side. This is your side. This would be my effort to give your side of the situation as well. If you don't want this included, I will not include it.
2 years ago, I had a 1 month ban on Twitch because I have some settings on my Twitch that I did not click the checkbox that I allow like bad words. That's why I got 30-day ban. And the reason, like, why was it even 30 days? Well, it was because 2 months before I had a 7-day ban because I still didn't know how to set up the settings. And yeah, so the main point of that is, Blue, you had already a 7-day ban and your account is marked for 1 entire year. You know what happens if people now go again and report you for harassment.
She's making a point, Chad, so she was backsetting.
You can even get reported if you just harass a streamer on YouTube, which is not even on Twitch, you know, but it like originally happened on Twitch again. So you went over my stream on your Twitch VOD and you did.
Hold on, Blue. Let her talk. We'll pass it back to
So you went over my stream, over my stats on your stream, and you did talk negative about me, which can lead to harassment. This is actually a reason to report you. And I want to be honest with you, because I don't want you to get banned for 30 days. you should actually not upload this entire video because you can actually risk a 30 days ban now.
So the summary that she said is no.
This is not a threat. This is not a threat.
That was
this
a threat.
is fact.
That was 100% a threat.
Pause. So the summary of her. Hold on, guys.
I'll wait for
for
guys.
1
Tell me I can
month.
respond.
Just give me a second, man. I
Okay,
promise I'll get it back to you.
because of that, I know how Twitch works. I know when you get banned one more time, it will be 30 days. And after 30 days, it will be a permanent ban. So you should honestly not upload a video at all because people can report you for this and you could get banned for 30 days. It is just Twitch rules. It's not a threat. I'm not saying that I'm going to report you. I'm saying that people might go and report you. You know, this is a difference. It is
Jinnaaii,
actually TOS.
The question that he has for you in specific is this conversation that we just had.
Let me know when I can respond.
Yeah, I will. Oh, my bad. I was talking the wrong platform. All right, Jinnaaii, in specific, the question that he was asking you, just to be very clear, was this conversation, not any of the things from your stream specifically? This conversation, is he allowed to use this in a video for his own use on YouTube?
For his own use on YouTube?
Yes, this conversation that we're having right now.
Yes, I was going to include it as a part of the video so that you could have your side included, so that what you said is included in, because I like to give both sides of the argument. So I asked all parties, Lunar approved, Zeroden approved, but I am saying I'm telling you, Jinnaaii, if you don't want me to put it on YouTube, I won't do it then.
What is the reason?
Blue, I'm not out there yet.
What is the main reason you even do this video?
He wants to,
Let
again, it's just a yes.
Let him, I did not ask you. Let him answer this.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead, Blue. You didn't ask me.
Well, we're going to do two things. Number one, I'm going to address the threat that I very clearly just received. And I would warn you of two things. Number one, I'm not scared.
I did not threat you.
You threatened me. It's not even a question, and it's my turn to speak now. You 100% actively witch hunted me on stream to your viewers. You gave them commands. You gave them copy pastes, gave them timestamp VODs and told them exactly how to report people. You actively showed people how to report. That is 100% against TOS. And what you did in chat earlier, and what did you do
earlier before I even did that?
What?
You went over my
Jinnaaii, go back to the charts.
Jinnaaii, I'm talking about when you got me banned for 7 days. At 2 weeks after the fact it had already happened, you had people still mass reporting my stream and encouraging people to report me. So that is TOS. That's 100% against TOS. Number one.
You did not get banned because of me.
Yeah, I did.
No,
yes, I did.
You got banned because of your Throne Liberty view.
No.
You would have got the ban instantly if it would have happened because of me.
Not true.
But then a few weeks passed, and then
I'm wondering when I get to talk. I don't interrupt you.
So it was not because of me.
I don't interrupt you. Can I speak?
Let them fight.
Okay. So when I put in the Twitch appeal, it was almost in its entirety about you and clips of you witch hunting me, and they approved that appeal because they agreed with me. Okay, so that right there serves as evidence that it was you and your community that came after me, and that's fine. And what you're doing now is you're threatening to do the same thing. You are absolutely encouraging people in Zeroden's chat right now to go report me and try to get me banned for 30 days so that I'm out of your hair and you can continue to play victim about this entire situation. And I would say that I'm from the United States, and in the United States, we do not negotiate with shies. And in this particular case, you are the one threatening me. Okay. The video is going to go up. What I was asking you is, do you want your side of the story included? That is this conversation right here. Okay. I am offering you to put up your side of the story because I like to put up both sides in the interest of fairness. If you want this conversation. Okay, so this will be attached to that video so that people can see it.
I bet they didn't expect
so that people can see your take on things. I'm trying to be fair about it, Jinnaaii. In no way am I trying to harass you. And there will also there'll be a disclaimer in the video as well that says no one should be trying to harass any of the streamers discussed in this video, and no one should be trying to go after them in any way.
Relax,
or,
Hunter.
To take
You're
any
scaring them.
No one should be doing anything about this. This is a public service announcement, kind of a video where we talk to.
You mind if I interject here, man?
Hold on. So I just want everyone to know the nature of the video and that she has now approved that this is fine. I'm not trying to harass her at all. I'm trying to include her side of the story. She has approved me putting the video on YouTube at this point and including her side. And we're going to make sure that there's disclaimers in there. Now I would like to get back to the charts. Now I forget.
Thank you.
Question. Yeah, I would like to get back to the subject matter at hand, the charts. And then Jinnaaii had asked me a direct question. I apologize. I forget what it was. Jinnaaii, you can ask the question, and then we'll get right back to the charts. I forgot what the question was. I'm sorry. I'm like Dory.
My question is, why are you doing all this?
Oh, because I think it's important to the integrity of the entire Black Desert community that we keep the space fair for all content creators, for me included, of course. I have a vested interest in it as well.
I am
obviously.
Fair.
This is not fair. From my view,
I do not know anything about that. Like I have no idea. Like I'm a stupid person. I don't know how to view bot or something. And I think it's also against TOS. I mean, it is against TOS. Oh my God, what am I talking? It is against TOS, and if I would do that, I will be banned already. Because look at my total statistics. Go onto my stream, on stream, look into my total, like when I started streaming 4 years ago, and how it went up all the way up, like the total beginning.
Okay. If we want to throw around statistics, why does your VOD from the Adonia stream have like 120,000 views on it?
I don't know.
Another I don't know. Crazy.
Yeah, how am I supposed to know? I have no idea.
This reminds me of all those PSAs we used to get about like.
It said there it is. Okay, all right. Well, let's go back to the charts.
This does remind me of all those like PSAs we used to get as kids, where like the drug dealers would just give drugs to the kids, like, and just all these free drugs that are being hanging out. Man, that's what it feels like.
Did you take your VOD from yesterday down?
Yes, because you guys keep attacking me for no reason, and I don't know what to say. I'm just tired of this drama. I just want this to be over.
So suddenly the VOD disappeared. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, yeah, I was just gonna pull it up so that we could see. That's okay. Yeah, interesting. Very convenient. All right, so I know that Lunar, we have not still settled this.
You've talked about this chart.
Let's see the chart. Yeah,
okay.
Come on,
Poor
charts,
Lunar.
baby.
It's been an hour, guys. It's been an hour.
Lunar, let me get this out real quick. Guys, look, I just want to throw this out for everybody that's listening, for both sides of this argument. Guys, if you come on and you start threatening each other with bans and this and that and the other things over whatever the it is, you're losing people immediately. Whatever it is, whatever your argument is, people are going to flop sides immediately. And if you return fire with the same shit, it's going to flop sides immediately. I'm not accusing anyone of anything. I'm just pointing out a fact. Lunar, go ahead.
Okay, let me just reiterate the main thing we've been talking about this entire day is about the charts, right? It's about mainly the view botting allegation that Blue has, correct? I just want to get this so we can all talk about this on paper here. And it's going to sound repetitive. This is the third time we talked about it. Sure. I didn't get a direct answer. Okay, so we all know that from PST time, your time is 2 hours ahead of me. It's from PST, it's from 9:20 to 9:30. Okay, this is the increment, it's a 10-minute increment here, right? And on this here, Elly loses 500 viewers, and Jinnaaii loses 1,000, and then Biseptimus loses.
Repeat that. We just went all over that.
This is the only thing that actually matters, Jinnaaii.
Like, why is everyone saying that it's my fault that I started?
No one is saying that.
No one's blaming you.
No one is saying that.
Blue is saying that, but we are not. Right now, he's going over the information.
You need to understand.
Let him do it.
Everyone just keeps attacking me. Like,
okay.
I don't know what
You're not under attack here.
Look, listen. I have a human heart. I understand this, but I'm telling you right now, your feelings on this matter is irrelevant to me personally. I don't care.
He's cold as ice.
Okay, I just look at the numbers. I see the inconsistency. I'm looking at Blue's VOD, and I'm watching. I'm taking down his points. Okay, And his argument is based on this, at 9:20 to 9:30 on Elly stream and Jinnaaii stream, there's a steep drop. Jinnaaii being 1,000, Elly's being 500. He also claims that Biseptimus stream is a perfectly normal stream. But at the exact same time, he dropped 700 viewers. At no point in his entire streaming day did he drop 700 viewers besides that exact time. So we can say definitively at that exact time. Let me finish.
Why that dropped. I'll let you finish. I'm sorry.
Okay. So we're saying that around that time, that 10-minute dip is due to all the view bots being purged, right? And you made this argument with Elly when she was in chat with you that she asked you how many real viewers does she have, and you brought up the chart saying, well, if this is showing the deletion of all the view bots, you have probably 500 real viewers. This is something you said. Okay. The only thing I care about this time, like at that time frame, 9:20 to 9:30 PST, is when the new system kicked in. Can we agree on this?
Maybe for the Black Desert category, very likely. Okay.
I don't even think that it is every streamer in the Black Desert category that is affected. Because I went to as many viewers as I could, right, and only a select few got that dip in that 10-minute frame. And I watched Biseptimus' stream here, in his 10-minute frame here. Nothing he's doing is out of the ordinary. He's just chatting to his stream, talking about his fancy obliterating armor.
Well, he just
yes, you finished the quest line. Okay, so
and I started streaming with so I started streaming at the same time I was enhancing. He also just finished the quest line and finished his enhancing.
His enhancing chart here.
Tremendous. There's obviously going to be a drop off there. It's like obvious.
Right. Like what time do you think his enhancing stream was?
Oh, we went over this. I could have sworn we went over this.
Right. No, exactly. We did. And the drop off is nowhere close to 700 is what I'm saying.
Well, no. Well, but viewers drop off.
Does that make sense?
Last map to see
okay, so go back over here. And again, that's why I tried to tell you that again, there's a number of factors that go into when you see a slope decline like that.
Yes, a number of factors. Correct.
Okay. All right. Okay. We'll get to it in a second. In this particular case, in biceps, it can be explained with at least 3 or 4 different things. In this case, he's finished with the primary content for the day. I went live and started enhancing right at that time slot. So a lot of his viewers probably came over to me to watch me start my enhancing because I was just getting started. That's another big thing as well. It could also be that bicep maybe, again, he wasn't doing something very interesting.
So how are you willing to give Biseptimus that leeway? Okay. Right. You're saying that the reason why he dropped 700 viewers because you started streaming. How come that logic
it's because there was the event, man. You're missing the fundamental crux of his point. I'm saying the fundamental crux of his point.
He finishes the Zidonia quest line.
Yes.
That's what you're saying.
Yes, correct.
That does not explain 700 viewers drop. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
In that 10-minute time frame.
Yes, that coupled with me and Zethian both went live at the exact same time
to
do our enhancing.
Percentage-wise, right? What percentage of his viewers, we said what, 10, 15%? Probably somewhere between 15 and 20%, right? I think that's a fair drop-off when we're talking about the grand scheme of things to lose.
And that's 15.
He could have 10,000 views. Okay. It doesn't matter. It's the time frame of how many viewers you lost.
I am on board with the idea that ending the Zidonia question line might have caused the drop. Now, if a drop was, maybe it was a 700-person drop, who knows, right? But I do agree that probably caused a drop in his viewership because he just completed a major part of content for the game when he was streaming the content.
And 2 other major streamers went live to start doing their content. Zethian and myself both went live at the same time to start enhancing. So again, that explains that drop there. And again, we move over, you look at Jinnaaei's stream at the exact same time. There was really no shift for her. I mean, if we look at the VOD, she was just kind of doing her thing. And then all of a sudden the viewers disappeared. It's again, that's, we can focus on it, and if you want to disagree on this point, Lunar, I understand. But in this particular case, I've been doing this a long time. I do know a fair amount about when you lose 700 viewers and why that might be. And you can ask Bicep if you would like, but I don't think that you might want to bring him into it. You can ask his thoughts.
You can give me 100 different reasons why he could drop viewers at any time, but what we're really looking at, right? Because the most damning thing you have about Elly or Jinnaaii is that you shared that you said the exact same time the viewer thing dropped.
And this is where my argument to you, Blue, was important. I said you need more data points than just the one. And that's why I'm saying don't screw your own data.
Like,
so I have more data points. Would you like me to present the other data points?
I would absolutely love that.
I would like to finish my point before you go through your data points.
Go ahead.
Finish it. Finish them, yes.
Okay, so basically we're agreeing here that around that time was when the viewer system kicked in. Right? Because this is an argument you used on your stream for Elly.
Right.
This is how you linked Elly to Jinnaaii for VIEWBOTTIng.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. This one point that's, and then now you're saying that bisexual's drop can be explained by other factors. Okay.
Can be, yes, 100%.
Right. Okay. Can be. There's a lot of different variables, like you said.
Sure. Yeah.
Now you also said another variable is that 2 very big streamers just went live at that time.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
You went live, Zethian went live.
Yes. Correct.
In about 30 minutes, you went to 1,000 viewers.
Okay.
Correct.
Yep. A lot of them come from stream.
Okay. What I'm saying is you are coming live. Zeth is coming live. Right. So you're not looking at. You didn't mention this at all on your stream, by the way.
Well, the reason I didn't mention it is because this
you didn't think about
very easily. No, it's very easily refuted. Because do you really think that 1,000? So Jinnaaii hates me. Her community hates me. Do you really think that 1,000 of Jinnaaii?
I'm not making the argument.
Do you really feel that 1,000 of Jinnaa이's users left her stream to come watch me? Is that the argument? Is that what we're going to try to say is a possible factor here? No, that's not a possible.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so what are you implying then?
I'm saying that, like, at that time is when the VIEWBOT kicked in, and certain people dropped in views. So did your very favorite golden boy Biseptimus Prime.
Okay.
Right. This is the only data point that you brought up on Elly and Jinnaaii. This is the smoking gun you had. Now later on, you talk about Elly's previous streams being consistent when she switches different games. Correct? Do you remember this? No, but I'm not saying Biseptimus bots. I'm saying using Blue Squadron's logic, you would then have to agree that Biseptimus lost 700 viewers from that ViewBot wipe.
I'm
saying using your logic, that's how it is. You're now attributing other factors to him.
No, you gotta let him get it out. Otherwise, he's gonna keep talking around the point.
Okay, all right. He just doesn't understand.
I think I understand more.
So okay. Did you have more on that, Lunar?
So that's point 1. Point 2 would be, let's say that these all, like, let's assume that this is ViewBotting, right? And they drop 500 viewers, 1,000 viewers, and 700 viewers of Biseptimus Prime. Okay? That is not definitive proof that person streaming is the ViewBotter either. Can we agree on that too? Like, I have suspicions about a lot of people ViewBotting,
100%,
but I don't just shoot off my hip. I wait. And I do my research, and I see when they start streaming. I see the different systems for it.
Well, you gotta let him talk.
Okay, all right, sorry.
I agree. Yeah, it is suspicious, but I'm saying it's not enough. Is what I'm saying. And you know that this system is a new system, and you even said that it could be a flawed system. So how could you do that so quickly? Is what I'm saying. You're not doing enough research. And you didn't point out that you started streaming or Zethian started streaming at the exact same time. They're all losing all these viewers, and Biseptimus is losing all these viewers.
Blue did say that he has another data point that he'd like to point to. And also, Jinnaaii is waiting for her conversation. So, Blue, we're going to go to you first, and then we'll go to Jinnaaii because that's the order we had these come up in. So, Blue, go ahead.
Okay. Where to start with this? I feel like we've hashed on this a number of times. I feel like you just don't really quite grasp why Biseptimus has a reason that his viewers declined. And again, losing 700 viewers.
I don't want to go back in a circle. I do want to see the new stuff, though.
I understand, but losing 700 viewers is very different than losing 1,000, especially when, you know, like the percentage matters too. But like, we'll set that aside because again, Zeroden at least sees my point on this. So like I did my best to explain it. There's not much more I can do. The other point
I think he understands. He just doesn't agree with you.
I didn't just, and that's fine. And again, there still has not been an explanation that is plausible for this. Is Jinnaa이's engagement in chat and then her growth in viewers over time on Twitch. Again, she mentioned her growth graph before, and that's also not supernatural either for a streamer of her level. She just suddenly in April just decided I'm going to, like, suddenly she just started rocketing.
Wasn't that around the time you two were beefing?
Yep. That was around the time she started AFK drop streaming.
But I'm saying, don't you think that might have created attention for her?
Well, again, no, that was not. No, she was AFK drop streaming, which increased her viewership. That's what
it continued after she stopped, though. And that's what I'm saying. I think that attention, it's the Streisand effect, bro.
Bro, so you were attributing hold on, let me look at the difference here. So in April, she had 717 viewers, and you're saying that in July, she has 1,500 average viewers. So you're saying that in that time frame, the amount of like visibility that I got off of one YouTube video on this matter.
It's not just the YouTube video.
Sorry,
again, I'll let you finish. We're
going to claim that there's not like over half of her viewers are just hate watching her is obnoxious. Now, like that set aside, the other bullet point on the graph here, because you're right, I don't just throw this out willy-nilly. I do my research on these things. The other bullet point on the graph is, again, there is you by your own admission, Looter, said the graph is super suspicious, and there probably is a ViewBot at play. Now, whether or not it's her, I would agree with you. It could not be her, but you're a nicer guy than I am. Now, that being said, her engagement is also tremendously low, and there still has not been a plausible explanation for the engagement. Also, again, her growth over time, starting in April to present date. I mean, it just doesn't track with what the rest. It's not like she pivoted. If you look at my graph and my growth, you can very clearly see when I started doing YouTube in my Twitch career, because the graph started dramatically climbing because I started doing YouTube. Jinnaaie's graph just starts dramatically climbing because she started AFK drop streaming, but then it just never stopped. She stopped AFK drop streaming, didn't really doesn't really have a crazy YouTube presence. She said that earlier. She just kept climbing out of nowhere and again continued climbing up, and her engagement remained the same.
I'm talking about Elly this entire time. You're talking about Jinnaaii.
Oh, okay. So we're talking
I want you to point that out. Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Jinnaaii
because you were in call with Elly, so there was more points you brought up with Elly, correct?
Okay, so yes. So the other points with Elly is that we can talk about the change category thing if that's what you want to do.
Yes, that's the next point. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So let's talk about the change category thing. Normally, when streamers change categories, there's a shift in their viewership. If they are a true variety streamer, sometimes you'll actually see the viewership go up, but a lot of times you'll see the viewership go down in most cases. But it never, Taylor Swift ever remains the same across the board. It's not a flat line. It just doesn't really happen ever. When they shift categories, especially very rapidly like this, you can see this reflected in almost any content creator if you want to look at it. But Elly particularly, as I demonstrated on stream, and Elly didn't have an excuse for this. She also said, I have no defense on this. No matter what category she starts in or what category she finishes in, she ramps very quickly and then just basically flatlines for the rest of the stream when she's bouncing between categories very rapidly. So like, she always has above a certain amount of viewers, and that's that helps. So my argument is she ramps in BDO. She gets a fair amount of real viewers in BDO, and her real viewers are very engaging. She has a very engaged chat, right? And then when she bounces to other categories, those very loyal viewers do stay with her. But a fair amount of those viewers that are at least lurking and stuff, a lot of those people turn off the stream. A lot of the people chatting in my chat, they stay with me when I go to other categories, but it's the lurkers that are like, I don't want to watch this shit. They'll turn off the stream. They'll go somewhere else. That's why you see the shift in viewership. So Elly's engagement doesn't go down in her chat. It's very consistent. But her viewership never moves. And that is not something that you see reflected in other streamers. And I was calling attention to it. And I asked her, and she said, I don't have an explanation. She said it herself. She said she doesn't have a defense.
So let's talk about these graphs you're talking about, right? Where when she shifts games, you're saying that her viewer base stays very consistent within a 10% margin, would you say?
I wouldn't say 10%, but it's
5% margin.
Well, I mean, like it's pretty close. I wouldn't say it's within 5%. It's probably within 10-ish%.
Okay, even lower than 5-ish%.
Well, right. I thought 10% was fine. Like, look, it wavers a little. Again, I brought up a bunch of examples on stream. I brought up a bunch of examples.
Let's use 10% because you're fine with 10%. Let's just say that case, right?
Sure.
Let's say her viewer was, make it simple. Let's say 1,000 viewers. Okay. She's streaming with 1,000 viewers and she switches games and she goes down maybe 10%. And you're saying this is suspicious, correct?
It is suspicious as long as so if it was a category that she had already developed in, like for example,
I agree. I've seen your charts I've seen your charts when you switch games, and there's much more fluctuation, correct?
And
Okay, so this
I'm being held hostage.
right. So this is your argument that there's fluctuation in it, and eventually grows or it goes down, depending on whatever content you're doing. Okay. So if she's staying consistently at 1,000 viewers, even when she switches games, right?
Yeah.
For that 1,000 stay 1,000 consistently throughout the entire day, you're saying, this is your argument, is that some lurkers will just leave her chat because she's not streaming BDO or whatever their favorite game is, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, you can ask Zeroden's chat if you
right. No, I agree with this logic. Okay, so let's continue this logic here.
Yes. Okay.
Now, her fluctuation is 10%. That means that you are saying 10% of her viewers are the lurkers who just switches off her stream whenever like she's not streaming BDO or their favorite game. That's what you're saying, right? That amount is very low for a normal person.
Extremely low. Yes, that is.
Okay.
So
by that argument, you are saying that other 90%, a good majority of those people are view bots.
No, what I'm saying is, okay, so
those view bots are the one who are not leaving her channel.
You misunderstand what's happening. I'm not saying that she has 900 view bots. What I'm saying is, what happens is it very naturally starts to fall off, and she uses the view bot to compensate for that. So it is falling off, but she's using the view bot to stay level on viewership. Does that make sense? So she starts with a lot of real viewers, and then as those viewers start to trickle out of her stream, she simply view bots it to keep it at the same level, and then again, a proportion
big category
of the,
or a big content creator in the category is going to have
more and more bots.
Drama around them. It's
You're
unavoidable.
saying that as she's losing viewers, like by the single digits or the double digits, she's cranking up more view bots to compensate for it, like while she's streaming.
Yes,
while she's streaming.
Yes, a lot of streamers do this. 100%. This is not just Elly. This isn't some crazy concept that I've concocted here. A lot of streamers do this and use this strategy. No, we're not talking.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about this.
We're talking about Elly. So a lot of streamers do this, like 100%. And they do this exact same strategy. They ramp in a game that they know, they get the engagement, they get the same viewers that they've had, and then they move to another category, and then they make sure they view bot to make sure that viewership stays consistent. It serves two purposes. One, it doesn't raise suspicion because you have relatively normal viewership. Nobody's like, you're like, oh yeah, they always have about 1,000 viewers, right? But they don't necessarily notice the category and everything. So to an untrained eye, it doesn't look super alarming. And number two, your chat is still moving at a reasonable pace so as not to arise suspicion, like in Jinnaaie's case. So in Elly's case, again, it works perfectly. And again, this is something that you've seen reflected in other streamers as well. So like a lot of other streamers. And if you understand the business, you understand this is extremely common. Like, the majority of the top 100 streamers and in our North American, the majority of the top 100 streamers on Twitch are almost unanimously cheating. There's a huge amount of them that are cheating and using ViewBot software. Viewbotting is a lot more rampant than I think that most people realize. But like,
I would actually kind of agree with that too, because I feel a problem that it's not really well understood.
Right. So, sorry, Lena.
I did want to say, Jinnaaii has been waiting to make a point, so if you can be concise and start to get to a point where you can wrap.
Can I talk now?
Are you done, Blue?
Yeah.
Okay, Jinnaaii, go ahead.
Can we all agree on one thing? We don't know from where these viewers are coming from. No one of us knows. All we see is these graphs, and like as I said, that drop down was a global drop down. It did not happen on every stream, but all
you
these
do agree
people
that it looks about it.
FK. No, I don't agree because I'm not doing it myself.
Well, no, but you do agree that there's a view bot at work here. Even if you're not doing it, you do agree that the graph is.
I cannot agree because I don't know. You understand? I don't know.
He's not saying you are aware of the situation. He's saying that from that time frame,
I think that
a lot of views got cut.
AFK, that even people that were just AFK and did not have the browser on an active tab did not count as a viewer anymore because they were not active in the stream. That's the point. And that happened not just in BDO streams, it happened global, also in other streams.
But you agree, though. But Jinnaaii, you do
Jinnaaii, I will say that deleting a VOD is like deleting it. I understand. I don't know what your intention was. I'm not going to make an assumption.
Viewers did fell down, but I have no idea why they did.
Deleting your VOD, though, is a lot like shredding a document when you know it's being inspected. I'm just saying that it's an indicator of guilt. I don't know what your intention was, and I'm making no assumption. I am just telling you what it indicates. It does indicate guilt.
I think that's fair.
Yes, it's a lot like.
I mean, by that logic, yeah. I mean, Blue Squadron deleted his VOD with
which was an indicator of guilt. Which was an indicator of guilt.
Somebody said the F word in the. You would know that if you looked at the Throne and Liberty VODs earlier. Lunar, I think you still have it. If you look at the Throne and Liberty VODs earlier, it's just the F word, so I had to delete the VOD.
You didn't actually delete it. You have it hidden, but yeah.
Again,
I hid it because
I know. Indication. I'm not saying that it's conclusive evidence. I'm just saying that if you are looking at symptoms of a problem, that would be a symptom. If you were looking at a red flag that is typically pointing to a direction, that would be one of them. I'm not, again, not making an assessment. I'm just saying that's an indicator.
Okay.
Yeah, as I said, we don't know from where these viewers are coming from. I wish we could know. I can go and message Twitch support to double check my channel and see if they can find anything and give you feedback, Blue. But other than that, I don't know what to do. You could.
So do you guys want to go over the tweet?
What to do,
I apologize. You're talking. My bad.
I don't know what to do. Blue. Like I'm not hating against you, and I also want you as a friend. And. I just don't want, like, as I said, I'm exhausted of drama and I don't want to go into a Twitch chat again and see that people insult my relationship that I have with Choice, because this is none of anyone's business. This is
that
private life.
Do you mind if I interject? Do you mind if I interject?
That's just my whole point. Like, my whole point is, I don't know where these viewers are coming from. I want to work and double check if these viewers are sus, because I did find that drop down in my stream also sus, but I also have to admit that I did not notice it at all because I was dual streaming with Choice together at the same time. So I didn't even know until today, where I saw it in Quendia's stream, that the viewers did drop like by 1,000. I was shocked myself. So I didn't even know that.
There's a couple of things here. If if you suspect you are being view botted, this is directly from Twitch, right? If you suspect you are being view botted, you must report it yourself to Twitch. So for you, Jinnaaii, that is something for you to take into account. If you think that there is a possibility that you are being view botted and you report yourself, you will always stay clear of the terms of service violation, and you can operate ethically. If you feel like you're being view botted and you say nothing, then you are complicit. Towards you, Blue, I will say that you just stay away from their relationship, bro. That's their relationship.
I would definitely.
What are we talking about?
Just saying,
he does stay away. He didn't say anything about Choice. It's just that it's not Blue.
Then everybody.
It's the people.
I agree with this.
It's
sorry,
not
Blue. My bad. You caught a stray. Not my intent. Then I'm going to say this to everybody, and this is super fair. If it's not your relationship, say the fuck out. I don't care if it's two people's relationships. And this is more at the chat, because I think this is like a community problem that people keep trying to understand the dynamics of people's relationship. If somebody starts asking me my dynamic between my relationship with Chrysidras, I'm going to tell them to go f themselves. That's my wife. We've been married for a long time. Jinnaaii and Choice have been dating for a long time. That's their relationship. And the moment that somebody steps in or tries to interject or tries to create an opinion about somebody else's relationship that they're not involved in, you're just talking out of your ass. And it makes you look stupid. So please do us all a favor and just don't get involved, even if you're just trying to talk shit. My bad.
Well,
wasn't trying to get you. Wasn't trying to get you.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's going to be a disclaimer on the YouTube video too, that no one should be harassing or trying to do anything. But again, I'm trying to share both sides of the story, and that's why I wanted to include, anything that Jinnaaii would like included. She's more than happy to give her piece on it. I think that's fair.
All right. Thanks, man. Thank you guys for coming on. What time is it?
I would just like to round out. This whole thing is not me saying they're definitely not viewbotting.
Yeah,
or they are definitely viewbotting. I'm just saying this one new system is not enough. Right. I've been interested in seeing this play out. And I'm waiting for more information to come out. That's what I'm saying.
I do have the statement from Twitch's CEO. If you guys would like to go over it, I'm going to pull it up right now. I'm going to pull it up.
Danny, we got Danny up in here.
I'm just saying we need more evidence.
Yes,
you like to shoot from the hip, and that's how it is.
One day thing though. That's not what I'm not just firing.
It's something you've been feeling for a while, but it was. I looked at your evidence, and it's.
So I'm pulling this up right here. We have a quick update on view counts. This is from Twitch support directly. We have teams and tech dedicated to ensuring that the views that show up on channels reflect the actual viewership and aren't artificially inflated anyway. Ultimately, metrics on Twitch should represent the real and growing communities that show up and participate on channels. So we regularly update detection tools and methods. We recently made changes that meaningfully improved our ability to identify viewbots, inauthentic viewership, and potentially fake engagement. These changes will roll out over the next few weeks. So if your channel was viewbotted, or if your viewers are artificially inflated, you will see an impact to your channel's view count. Now understand that they separate this. They say if your channel is viewbotted or if some of your viewers are artificially inflated. That means that there's multiple means that this may be happening, and Twitch is aware that that's the case. So you will see an impact on your channel's view count. This also means that third-party sites that publish unverified Twitch view counts are going to see changes to the data over time. We recognize that viewbotting can be out of the streamer's control in making these changes, and our goals are to improve the experience for both streamers and viewers. So the last part is also important. The viewbotting situation might be out of user control. So if you suspect that you're being viewbotted, you need to say something. Chris, what were you saying? Where? Down below? Okay, I'll pull it up. So Chris also pulled a comment from the CEO himself. I'm going to just pull them up real fast. This is from Dan Clancy, the CEO of Twitch. He says, as highlighted in this recent Twitch support tweet, we just updated some of the code that we use to detect and eliminate viewbots. I wanted to quickly follow up on a few key points regarding the recent update to our viewbot detection. First, I want to be very clear that we always try to detect and eliminate viewbots. However, doing this in a manner that does not eliminate real viewers can be tricky. While I know for some of you it's been frustrating, we wanted to take our time to make sure that we were not inadvertently filtering real users. Second, I want to highlight that bots come in all shapes and sizes. Sometimes streamers may be actively working with third parties to inflate their numbers. In other cases, the bots may be used to harass streamers. We don't want either type because average concurrent viewers is intended to be a measure of the people that are supporting that streamer at any given point in time. As is always the case, detecting viewbots is a bit of a cat and mouse game, and third parties work to avoid our detection. We will continue monitoring, blah, blah, blah. And then he goes on to say, we've seen a couple comments about how our systems detect inauthentic viewers that weren't accurate. So I want to clarify a few things. As I said in my original post, it is important to understand the technology that we use to detect invalid traffic for ads is separate from what we use for computing the active concurrent viewership. Viewbots are just one form of invalid traffic. Advertisers are not charged for invalid impressions, and creators do not get paid out for any of these impressions. Now, you may ask, why are there two systems? The reason is that it is harder to detect viewbots in real time. There are a number of different signals that we can use after the fact to detect invalid traffic for advertising that are harder to use for real-time detection. As we filter out bots in real time, we need to be sure that we are not filtering out real viewers. In fact, the viewbot detection tools we just rolled out went through a lot of edits. I just had a thought. Intrusive thought that, if you just want to go an ad-free experience, you could just pretend to be a viewbot.
Oh my god, you guys really want my VOD public? I'm gonna publish it again so you can look. I have nothing to hide.
I already have it.
Good, that's good. You know what, Jinnaaii? That is good. That is good.
You keep spamming it.
Blue, don't do it.
Twitch
Blue,
chat here.
hold on to those intrusive thoughts.
What? Right. No, it's Lunar. It's just Lunar.
I made it funny. I made it funny.
He made a joke. He made a joke.
Right. So basically, TLDR is that they are tracking that the system is not working one-to-one, and they have two different systems in place. So even if you're viewbotting, you're not making money on the viewbots. You're just spending money. So that is a consideration too for most people who are streaming, like as a if they're not doing this as a full-time job. Even if they are doing a full-time job, it's money out of their pocket to no gain. So. There's more on it, but I'll pass it back. Where am I? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. Whose stream am I watching? I'm watching me. I'm up. Watchception. Shit.
Oh, I'm watching you. That's what's happening.
Okay.
Yeah. As you did read already, it's not our fault, you know. Like, we can't know everything. We can't see where the engagement is coming from. So the only thing what I can do from my perspective is turning myself into the Twitch support and see what they reply.
Yeah, they're not going to punish you if you're self-reporting. Just FYI. That's because that's what they ask you to do. They want you to do that.
You can't prove if you're the one buying ViewBots or someone else is buying ViewBots or someone hates you buying ViewBots. That's the main problem with ViewBotting, correct?
Exactly. That's the main problem.
Yeah. So I'm never working on the assumption that we know who's causing it, right? And the new system, if it works properly with through its kinks and stuff, hopefully it just removes all ViewBots altogether on BDO category. And then from then on, everyone needs to play on even level playing field. I think we can all agree this is net positive.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a net positive.
Like going after people's intentions.
But I do think that
going after people's intentions is always room for speculation, right? It's impossible for me, like even me, a person who looks into a lot of shit like this, like I don't know for 100% certainty. But as long as the system is working properly, then I don't care if you've bought in the past. Now you just got to deal with it.
Well, yeah, that is 100% the truth, and you give a lot more benefit of the doubt. I look at a streamer's history, in this case, Jinnaaie's history, as of the last few months, and I make the decision for myself. But you're right. But I'll be honest with you, removing the bots, no one's got to get banned over this. Ain't no one called for a ban over this. But removing the bots is a W. Yep, regardless of 100%. Huge W, brother. I'm taking that. I like that W. As somebody that doesn't bot, it's a W.
All right, so I think,
what are you doing right now? What are you throwing?
Pirate software. I do not like that guy.
I'll be honest.
I think
we've
pirate software.
That is like the epitome of the shit I hate is pirate software.
If pirate software was in our category, Lunarlay would be a massive streamer. He would have farmed.
I would have dug deep. I would have gone back 20, 30 years.
I'm not making any crazy assumptions here.
I'm trying to get him to play
pointing
BDO
something out. That's all. I'm just making sure that people are aware. Okay, so anyway, all right. So I think everyone's kind of had their piece. Had their voice. I don't think Jinnaaii and Blue, you guys aren't going to be best friends. It's just not going to happen, right? But I do think that there are some things. Jinnaaii, we've heard about your personal health. I know German culture enough to know that your intention sometimes when you talk is not to be rude, but you come off rude. I just want you to know that it's not. I know it's not your intent, but that is how it is.
It's because I'm German.
They're more direct.
I know they are. I've been to Germany. I've been to Bavaria. Like we've talked about this before, you and I. I've been out there. I know that that's how the German people speak. But I just wanted to point it out.
That's a good point. Hold on.
I just want to say
has a history of showing she doesn't care about her peers. When she was removed from the PA partner program, she started AFK dropping in the category as a middle finger to everyone. And again, that's why I don't give the benefit of the doubt here. Like this,
we talked about that too. With Zeroden's last conversation.
Yeah, we did. I really don't want to rehash that.
No one is supporting that.
This is going to be like 5 hours.
Trust me. No one is supporting that.
Somebody's going to watch this on YouTube tomorrow and be like, I watched the whole thing.
It's not me giving the people a benefit of the doubt, Blue. It is that I don't have enough evidence to make a definitive statement.
Right, and I, in my opinion, I see enough points on a graph. But you
that's what.
What I would say, like
giving benefit of the doubt means that I'm saying, she probably doesn't view bot.
From
a
proper analyst perspective, Blue. From a proper analyst perspective, all I'm saying is when you want to make I think you have valid reason to want to make the claim. I would just collect
analysis.
It's very limited.
You even came around to my side of the fence. You agreed with me on the
I agree that you have some points. What I'm saying is you need more data.
Yeah.
You need more.
And I feel I have enough data. So I will let the court of public opinion decide. But it's important to include both sides, which is why, again, I asked that this be allowed to be in the
Just look at the charts, people. Just look at the charts, dude.
Do you guys
it's
all
not
want-
rocket science.
Hey, you know what? What time is it over there, Blue?
It's 7:30 in the morning.
Did you go to sleep last night?
No.
Me either.
No.
Gus, man.
It's the job, brother.
Hey, bro. Oh, shit, man. I woke up at 3 o'clock yesterday. I'm still like, I took a 2-hour power nap by accident. Body shut down on me. All right, guys. Lunar, did you have more on that video? Did you want to go over?
No, that was basically it. I'm just saying that the new system is rolled out. I would have given it more time to see how it goes and how it plays out. You went a different route. And, I'm just saying it's not the smoking gun that you made it claim to be. I'm not saying either side is right. I'm just saying it's not enough.
It's not enough.
I would have liked
that. I will.
I think anyone can agree that that's not enough.
Not just one graph, though. Again, I've brought up.
I've seen your VOD, man. And I've seen your VOD like twice, 2 or 3 times by now. And I looked at your graphs. I looked at Elly's last 6 months of stream.
Elly was different. Elly. We looked at her stuff too. I didn't just show one graph for Elly.
No, I've seen it. I've seen her last ones. The switching between games and stuff. I'm just saying the logic doesn't work out for me there. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, and that's
because you need the majority of your viewers to be botted. At the
end of the day,
to keep that level.
At the end of the day, no one's gonna get banned over this. Okay.
Yes.
Like, at the end of the day, I'm just super happy ViewBotting is gone, regardless of who's doing it in this particular case. So we're just gonna take that dub, boys.
Chris just found out for the first time that Zethian watches other streams while he's live. It's really funny.
Yeah,
she's like, he's streaming right now. I'm like, yeah, he always does. That's what he does. It's his thing.
He also has like 4 years.
I stream in the past, but I also stopped doing that, and I told myself to never do it again. So I learned from that.
I agree. I agree. You did learn from it.
Then you come up with this again.
She did learn from it, man. But here's the thing, and I don't necessarily know if it was like an FU to the other creators. I think it was intended to be an FU to PA, and we ended up all catching strays. And then when you accurately attacked her for that, because it was a attack on all the content creators in the category, she stopped. So again, I personally don't have a long-term issue with it. Yeah, I don't have a long-term issue with that. So I just want to kind of like bury that right there. For you there, Jinnaaii, did you have any other things you wanted to get off your chest? I know you had a lot you talked about today. It's a long stream, but you've been, you're very patient. You're talking in bursts. So did you have anything else you wanted to get off your chest?
I want to know how Blue's feeling about me. Do you think we have a personal issue?
I think that Jinnaaii, I think that as long as you're playing by the rules in the category, I think I'm not going to talk. I'm not bringing it up. As long as you're playing by the rules, you'll notice that before you started AFK drop streaming, I never attacked you or it came after your. It was only when you started misbehaving that it hurt everybody else in the category around you. And I tried to tell you the first time you did it, then you did it again, and then we had that whole thing, and now we've got this whole thing. I'm not just attacking you for no reason. And I don't hate you, but I do think that in this case, if the playing field continues to be level, and we don't even know how the detection software works. I want to be clear. I'm actually thinking the way the detection software works is that it probably has to wait a while, like maybe a few hours before it even kicks in. So I have no idea. Like, it could work sometimes. It might not work others. We don't know how consistent it is. We'll see how good the bot is over the next, or how the detection is over the next month or two here. But at the same time, it's not like I'm personally attacking you for any reason other than you're doing something wrong.
I don't think you're personally attacking, because I think you would do that literally to anyone who is having the same thing. And this is a point in your favor, Blue. Go ahead. Did you want me to not finish my point?
No, go ahead. No, I
was about to say, the point in your favor is that, Blue, I said this earlier, and I feel like it's accurate. You view, the streaming category in a competitive sense. You don't like.
I'm not sure who to be angry at.
You don't like to see somebody cheating. And anything that indicates a cheating, just like if you were a professional chess player or a checkers player and somebody was cheating, or a professional card player and somebody's cheating at cards, you're going to take umbrage with it. And I don't think you're necessarily targeting a particular person outside of the fact that they cheat in this instance. Now, has the perception altered? I think you sometimes go a little bit too far in how you pursue that. But I do think that
no regrets on that
your
one.
Perception of that and your targeting is somewhat fair in that regard. So your message overall, what you just said there at the end, as long as you're not cheating, I think that's applicable across the entire category. It's applicable across whatever streams, and that goes on to YouTube. It goes on to any freaking content format, whatever the case may be. No one likes a freaking cheater. So
correct.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you on that.
And like you guys talk about how, you know, you got a platform, you have a responsibility. I do feel I have a responsibility when I see cheating to call it out, because no one else is going to do it.
Relax, Hunter.
That's why I feel I have a responsibility to do it. The other streamers feel like, bro, you have no idea how many DMs I got for
that.
That
is true. You do have responsibility for this, but you need to be more damn sure.
Yeah. What I'm saying is, the reason that this is
do
our
you
fundamental
expect me
disagreement.
to do with that?
We're not going to disagree on this particular point. Is that the way you view analysis and the way that we view analysis is not the same, because it requires much more data points versus coincidental.
What do you expect me to do with that?
Data. You need historical
it's not
data.
Short-term data in this case.
I want to highlight the section where you're talking about charts and the steepness of it. Like, yeah, the way you look at charts, you can look steeper relative to the base viewer count, to how much it dropped to, right? Like that's a I think that's a red flag in terms of like your argument. And we're talking about charts.
It's a fair
earlier.
red flag. I mean, it's not like it's not a reason to look.
Yeah,
it is a reason to look at the data.
I understand what you're saying, but we're looking at further into the number. It's 700, 1,500, all within the same category. Give or take.
All right. That's all I got. I need to get to sleep. Anyone have any final thoughts before we wrap?
I'll let Jinnaaii have the last words. Again, I'm not Jinnaaii. I have like, aside from like the video that is going to come out about this, that that's why I'm offering to include this. I'm not trying to pursue this any further. You can sleep soundly. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not trying to personally come after you for any reason. I don't attack the way you look or your hygiene or any of that stuff. You'd be attacking me, but that's fine. I don't care. People do that to me all the time. That's fine. I applaud it. Bring it on. But like, you can rest easy. Unless you're doing something wrong. You do something wrong.
Data is observable.
Yeah, there's a good chance that I'm going to say something. But
when you're doing analysis, you observe the data and you report on it, and then you
Jinnaaii have the
identify
final word?
trends like connecting dots. I agree with you.
That's it.
All right, guys. Well, thanks for both of you guys coming on. Sorry for keeping you up, man. Sorry, Jinnaaii, I don't think it's late for you, so have a good dinner. I don't know what time it is over there, but yeah, guys, thanks for being on. And Lunar, we gotta stop doing this shit so late.
Oh, I told you.
Yeah, please. Can we do this earlier in the day? Honestly, why don't I just bring you on the show when I interview Elly next time? You know what I'm saying? Like,
demon hours.
I say, hold on, let me get Zeroden and Lunar up right now, because we're gonna do this two birds, one stone.
You got to understand, I'm like, all right, so for a lot of people in the chat, because we do have a lot of people that don't know me that well, I'm active duty military, right? I work 12 hours a day. This is the reason that I stream 3 days a week and not like 5 or 6 or whatever the case may be. I'm active duty military. I work 12 hours a day, Monday through Friday. We're on an active mission right now, and it's just, I'm exhausted. That being said, when the days I don't stream, I spend with my family. And I spend it with Chrysidra, who is my significant other, who I'm about to shout out because she's amazing. And she's a bigger yapper than I am, so shout out. How do I spell shout out again? Chrysidra Hunter. Follow her. She's a better streamer of the two of us, to be honest with you. Her store content's amazing. She's amazing in general. But I spend the time with her. We do husband and wife shit, and then I also spend the time with my kids. Do a lot of hiking and outdoor shit with them as well. So I'm involved with more than just the video game shit. It's also part of the reason why I am not the most like up to date on the patch note streamer. That's why I like watching guys like Blue. I like watching guys like Biseptimus. I actually watch both of you guys a lot. I think more than any other YouTuber. It's you, Blue, it's Biseptimus, and it's Anders that I watch on YouTube the most from the BDO category, because you guys have the most informative videos. So you guys keep me up to date on what's happening in the game, whether you realize it or not, and then I can relay that back to my community. So I appreciate you guys for everything y'all do. Jinnaaii, obviously I lurk your streams quite a bit. I love hanging out with you. Sorry that if this created any stress for you, I apologize for that in advance. I know you're worried about being unwelcome. I will say that that's the nature of the beast. There's some people will find any reason to hate somebody, and it's up to your communities and our communities as a whole.
We'll call it a draw.
Not to kind of bait ourselves into a situation where we have to rely on those things, or we have to react to those things. prime example, I had fake DMs that happened about me literally 3 years ago. And sometimes I still hear about it like it's brand new. People are going to accuse you of things that, whatever the case may be, they're going to try and get in between y'all's relationship. It can be a stressful thing, but you're not alone in this case. And you have people that obviously support you. Your community is huge. You've made it very clear through just your app itself. You know, you have a very big community. And so if you feel like you're in an unwelcome space, I can't speak for anyone else, but I know that I don't really like when my chat starts harassing other creators. I make it very clear not to do that shit. And
Just ban people. Just ban people. Like,
yeah,
anyone that does, just ban them. And Jinnaaii, if anybody comes in and harasses you, you can give me their Twitch name. I'll ban them from my stream too.
Look at that. That's cooperation right there.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'm going to end stream here. Thank you guys once again. I'm dipping out of the call. God bless y'all.
I love you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Have a nice day. Have a nice night.
You too.